Hello one and all, welcome to Boulder Energiehaven in Utrecht in the Netherlands. We are here tonight for the finals of the Dockmasters event 2020. As you can see behind me, there's a huge crowd in here. The place sold out weeks ago. We're super excited to bring the show to you tonight. Just like last night, what we're going to begin with is by bringing you interviews with the athletes in the finals. So we're just going to head up there now and just discuss with them how they feel about going into finals in this awesome early season event. So let's head up now. Now, as I explained yesterday, the isolation here is up quite a long way from the wall. Of course, in finals, the difference is going to be that these climbers will spend all their time down at the mats. So they will do all their warming up now. Once their warm-ups are completed, then they're going to spend all the time down the mats. We've circled away from the crowd now. We're going up the stairs, and we're going to meet some of the athletes. Those of you guys that watched semifinals last night, you will have seen who got through. Really tough semifinals last night. We saw the big names get through, but we saw a few heartbreaks as well. Let's go in now, and let's meet some of the climbers. So you can see the difference tonight. Last night, in a semi-final, there's a lot of time, so a lot of athletes were just resting, relaxing, chilling out in the corner. Tonight, on the other hand, it's all on. They all have to go out at the same time, so they're all going to be up here by the wall, getting themselves prepared. We have a specialist physio team out here. These guys have been looking after the athletes all weekend, and you've got more physios down here, just doing some final taping up on Alexei Rubtsov from Russia. We're going to come across now, and we're going to see if we can just catch a few words with some of the athletes. Starting at this end of the wall with Evgeny Zazulin. Evgeny, hi. I know you're warming up, but tell me, how does it feel to be in finals here at Dockmasters?
It's awesome.
It's awesome?
Yeah, so cool.
2 finals for you in 2 weeks.
Yes, it's hard.
It's hard? Your skin
My
is okay?
skin is dyed.
Your skin has died, so we will see, oh yeah, your skin has died.
Yeah.
So we will see some emotion from you this weekend.
Yeah, I hope it will be cool.
You're going to take the tape off and you're going to climb down to the blood.
I hope it will be without blood.
But we will see. Well, good luck. We're psyched to watch you climb. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to come across. I can see a Friction Labs shirt here. All the way from France. We have Arthur Ternot.
Hi.
You must be pretty excited to be here in the finals.
Yes, it's pretty cool.
And with your training partner, of course, because you train with Mikhail Marwem.
Yes.
Yep.
It was
How
cool.
is this your first major international final, or have you done a few before?
Can you repeat?
Have you been in other international finals?
No.
No? So this is first time?
No, I have ever did a final at the international.
Ah, okay. So
Not the first time.
So no.
Second time.
No boom boom boom. You are comfortable. You are confident.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, good luck. I'm psyched to see you climb
Thanks.
out there. Okay, we're going to come through a little bit different to last night. Last night we really had a little bit more time to play with, as I said. Tonight, on the other hand, there's a lot more pressure on the athletes just to get warmed up at the same time. So up on the wall now, you can see Lynn Vandermeer of the Netherlands just going through her routine. Petra's just getting on the wall. We're going to try and get a second with Chloe, just while she warms up. Sorry to tear you from the warm-up.
It's okay.
How does it feel to be in your first final of the year?
It's exciting.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
Did you train today? I saw the rest of the Belgians were training. You were not. You were not doing lead.
No, I didn't train because I was very tired from yesterday. Maybe because I was not used to be in semis last year. I don't know. But yeah, I'm very tired, so I rest and.
Were you able to grow some skin back? Do you think that will be a factor tonight? Or?
I think it will, yeah. Because my right hand is especially very used.
Okay.
I will do my best and
Of course you will do your best. We're psyched to watch you tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to come behind us, if we can, to Petra Klingler for just a second. Hey Petra, can we steal you for just a second?
Yeah.
How are you feeling going into tonight? I understand you had some blood last night. You went through.
Yeah, fingers are bleeding, but I guess I'm psyched enough to climb this evening, so I'll give my best and I'll see what I can do.
Nice. And apart from that, the body feels fine. No aches and pains after yesterday.
No, not really. I mean, I feel a little tired, but I guess that's normal.
And it's competition. You know, with the Olympics coming up, you have to get used to these multi-day events, right?
Yeah.
So
but it's fun to climb, and I think the crowd is going to be amazing. And I'm super excited to climb with all the other athletes.
Exactly. It's a really strong lineup. I'm super excited to see you in action. So get in there, get finished warming up, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. See you.
Okay, we're going to go slightly different now. Now we're going to talk to a coach. No, we're not going to talk to a coach, Iran.
Eddie.
How are you, my friend?
I'm fine.
You're fine? How does it feel to be in the room? A few years ago, this would have been you competing. Now you're telling them what to do.
Well, they can do it themselves. I don't have to tell them. And yeah, it's no worries. I like it here.
Do you find that this is changing things for the Dutch Federation, for the NKVB, BV, having the international comp at the start of the season for all the younger climbers to get used to climbing?
For the team, it's really good. You can climb together with like all those world-class athletes. You can see them perform, and everybody can join as well. There are world-class route setters here, so it's a big learning process. We have one Dutchie in finals. That's important. We wanted to have a mill as well, but hey, you can always win.
Tim was 7th. He was right on the door.
He was right on the door, yeah.
I mean,
it was his third 7 in a row. He was 7th in Sheffield last year, and in Munich he was 7th. And
yeah.
So from now on we go up.
From now on we go up.
Yeah.
And I hope by up you mean to lower numbers, not higher numbers.
No.
Yeah, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd.
At least some finals, yeah, that would be nice.
And he's totally capable. I was so impressed by him here last year.
Yeah.
And just watching, once he committed himself to competitions, he became a new beast. He became so much more focused. It was super impressive.
Yeah, but let's talk about Lynn a bit as well.
Well, Lynn was last year her first year of World Cups. I remember seeing her for sure in some of the lead events.
Yeah, last year was I'm doubting now if she did a World Cup the season before, like one, but last year was her first senior year.
Yeah.
Sorry. She did really well in the European Championships. Lynn, hoeveelste ging je door naar de halve op het EK? She went on to finals, to semi-finals as 6th. I wanted to say 5th, but I'm like, no, that was not correct, and I don't want to. So yeah, she's like right on the doorstep of breaking through. And especially lead is her specialty, and now here with bouldering.
Exactly. And so how old is she now? 17, 18?
No, you're 20, right?
20? 20?
Yeah, 20.
20,
I'm
okay.
So bad with numbers of all these youngsters. So.
It becomes a blur to me. When they're all young enough to be my kids, I don't want to know anymore. So, okay, we're going to just grab a couple more athletes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Mikhail, real quick.
Hello.
You feeling good?
Yes, better. Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
So, your skin?
It's okay.
It's okay?
My skin is always okay.
Your skin is always, you're tough. You're not one of these soft people who goes, oh, look at my skin.
It's okay.
So, excellent. And you compete here tonight, straight back to France tomorrow, straight back to training?
Not tomorrow. Tomorrow I stay here for setting with the team. And, yeah, and after I go home for restart my training,
Okay, so if people come to Boulder Hall Energiehaven in the next few weeks, there'll be some Mika Marwem specials for them to try.
Just my style.
Just your style. Wow. Okay, warning to everyone, just Mikhail's style can be very French, very slabby, very nasty. This guy, he's kind of strong.
Thank you.
All right, good luck out there. Psyched to see you. I'm just going to grab Nimrod real quick. Sorry, Nimrod.
Yeah.
Nimrod qualified through in first place.
Yeah.
How did you feel today?
This is maybe not the best spot to stand.
Sorry, I just got moved by a coach there, and I completely agree with that. I do not want to get squashed.
I feel pretty psyched, pretty calm. I don't know what today is going to be. Yesterday was my day. Today it can be anyone's day. Maybe also me. I don't know.
But obviously yesterday you used less energy than everyone else because you did them quick.
That's true.
So,
my skin is really good.
Yeah.
It's never good, so it's a good change.
So it's a nice start to the season with good skin. Yeah. Awesome. Well, we're going to be psyched to see you out there. Good luck. We'll be well, we won't be cheering from the commentary booth because that would be super annoying for the people watching, but we'll be supporting you in a quiet and mature fashion.
Cool, thanks.
So anyone you want to give a shout out to at home or anything?
Everyone's watching, I guess.
And that keeps it broad. Everyone watching. There we go. Cheers, buddy. Good luck out there. We're going to head down now. We're going to try and catch a route setter on our way through and just have a word with them. So that was isolation. You could see the difference. Any of you guys that got to watch last night, you would have seen that it was really climbers all over the place, climbers warming up at different times, climbers pacing themselves into their starting time. Here, as I said, the difference is once they are presented, they're all out on the mats. So they are here the whole time. Okay, I think I just broke the door, but we won't tell anyone that, and that didn't happen on live TV. Okay, so as we're heading down, you will hear some noise in the background. There was a huge recreational competition today, super exciting for the climbers. There was several hundred came out to compete, 40 problems, and they'll be giving out those awards now. But we're just going to come through, back into the crowd. And what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to try and find you guys a route setter. Now, route setters are a reclusive bunch. They love their art to be shown to the world, but they hate to be shown themselves. They really stay in the shadows, stay in the background. But I have seen one here. She's got a mouthful of food, so we'll give her a second to end it. We'll just come back. Do you mind standing on the mats with me, Helene? And we will just stand right here.
That's the second place.
So many of you guys would know Helene Génico, famous French climber, many years of World Cups behind her, and now she is an IFSC route setter. How does it feel to be on the different side from where you were just a few years ago?
It's interesting and quite stressful also, but it's mainly interesting. I like to question myself of what kind of mood could be cool for the show, for the climbers. And I like the fact that I can give back a little bit to comp, what comp give me when I was competing, so it's really nice for me.
And you were part of a really strong team this year here under Ramon. He obviously is going to be one of the Olympic setters. Do you have some big competitions in your future? Are you doing some of the World Cups this year?
Yeah, normally I will be on one Boulder World Cup, one lead, and the Youth World Championship in Boulder. So that's cool.
So we will see you a lot, which is great to see the IFSC bringing the inclusivity into the sport, making sure that we have a balance of female route setters, male route setters, short people, tall people, everything like that.
Yeah, it's interesting to have small people, tall ones. You can try and adapt to the climbers because there are tall ones, short ones, some with a lot of technical and not so much strength, and you can. It's interesting to have everyone in the team like this. You can try every move possible and make the best show possible for the crowd and the best boulders for the climbers to get the best at the end.
Do you find it makes things different for the setting team when they have a female that can try a female problem and say, actually, that doesn't fit, or that's going to be too easy, or that's going to be too hard? Does that change the way they have to approach, do you know?
I don't know. I see myself as a setter and not as a woman when I'm trying at that scene, but I think they enjoy the fact that I'm here like a women's size and stuff like this, flexibility, and I can try some stuff like this. It's easier for them.
Well, it's such a pleasure to have you here. When you retired a couple of years ago, I was actually devastated. You're always one of my favorites to take photos of at World Cups. Now we got you back as a route setter. It's awesome to have you. Thanks so much, and we're excited to see your climbs.
Thank you.
Okay, so gonna head back up to the commentary booth now. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna introduce tonight's co-commentator. So last night I had Jelly with me, the amazing Jeroen, and tonight I am joined by Dutch star Nicky van Bergen. Nicky, a veteran of many, many World Cups. I won't call you a veteran though, because it's amazing how many people hate being called a veteran. They all say it makes them sound old.
I'm retired, so you can call me a veteran.
You're retired, we can call you a veteran. There you go. Of course, you had great competition success yourself back in the teens. You made a World Cup final. That was in China, I believe?
Yeah, in China in 2013, so that's quite a long time ago.
Quite a long time ago, but I seem to remember that was at the Haiyang Wall?
No, in Wuzhang it was.
Ah, in Wuzhang? Oh, yeah. Wow, okay, so...
With the wall with all the holes in there.
Yeah, there has been some...
funny story.
Special walls over the years.
Yes,
and
definitely.
I think if you were a climber that came up through sort of 2010 to 2016, 17, that development phase of the sport, you got to see some pretty whacked out attempts at walls occasionally.
Yeah, definitely. But it's super nice to see how the World Cups progressed from being in super shabby places, or not really shabby, but like being super small and a really inside scene, into like where we are now, where it's much more public, and having the World Cups in the amazing big spaces.
Exactly.
So cool.
I mean, one of the biggest World Cups for sure this year will be the World Cup in Innsbruck. And you just know that the crowd for that is going to be huge. It's going to be off the hook. They have a Boulder World Cup, they have a Lead World Cup, they have a Paraclimbing World Cup, and they have a European Speed Cup all at the same time. So it's almost like a world championship.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that, but that's going to be a big event.
That's going to be a huge event. First Lead World Cup of the year. I believe maybe the last Boulder World Cup of the year. So it's going to be a huge one. And that's just the thing, is seeing the growth of the sport, how many people were getting to the comps.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you look at how I started in the World Cups, the first World Cup I competed in was in 2009, I think, in Chamonix. And it was still really small. There were like, I don't know, 40 women competing. And if you, last summer I climbed my last World Cup in Chamonix, and I think there were like over 100 women competing. So it's crazy how it exploded somehow.
And just the crowd size, somewhere like Chamonix on the night of finals, when you look back through that crowd, it just gives you goosebumps, because
definitely.
You know, people always say, oh, climbing, it's this little sport, you know, we're an underdog, yada yada yada, etc., etc. And then you stand there and you turn around and you see 17,000 people watching, and you're like, oh,
holy shit.
This is a bit real. So
it's always cool. Chamonix is such a magical moment in the whole World Cup scene. I think all the climbers who compete there, they love it.
I think there will always be a place for those historic World Cups. You know, the World Cups that have been there a long time. Places like Arco, places like Munich, places like Chamonix, places like Kran.
Yes.
Although Kran is off schedule this year, there's a World Cup in Ljubljana, but there was always this atmosphere that was just awesome. So, and now for these guys competing here, this is the start for a lot of them of their season. And more we're seeing climbers come into the season and trying to get a few competitions under their belt before we go to World Cup season. Do you think, is that something that was happening back when you were competing as well as much?
Yeah, definitely. I think the quiff has always been there, and it has always been like a popular event to start the season with. And now you see these events appearing more and more, and as an athlete it's super nice, because it's kind of hard to switch from this training mode into competition mode and find that switch to put the mental game on. And if you have to do that immediately at the first World Cup of the season, it's a lot harder than when you have already done like some national competitions, but also some international competitions, which give a bit more attention and a bit more excitement as well.
And you have international setters, you have an international field, you really get a feel of where you are.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's take a moment, just as we're waiting for the event to start. We're about 10 minutes out from the event starting right now. So we're just going to take a moment to thank some of the sponsors and the supporters of the event. So events like this are not easy to run. They're a huge event in their own right, almost World Cup level of logistics. I mean, for finals, I think they've got close to 700... Sorry, just dying of the plague here. They've got close to 700 spectators in, as many as they could. The place sold out weeks ago. They've obviously got world champions in finals, Olympic climbers in finals, Olympic hopefuls in finals. you know, a really stacked field, and that couldn't happen without the support of the sponsors. So first up, the partners of the event. Really like to thank the guys at Mad Rock for getting behind this event. Really like to thank the guy, because there's only one, of the circuitclimbing.com. That is, of course, me.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie.
So yeah, anyone that wants to check out my social media, the Circuit Climbing on Instagram, the Circuit Climbing on YouTube now. There will be a vlog about this comp coming out, everything like that. Upstairs, we saw the physios, and they are a local company. They are from...
Yeah, they are actually situated in the gym here. So if you walk around in Energiehaven and you got an injury, then you can always run into them and tell them like, oh, I need an appointment because my finger is broken, and they will help and fix it for you.
Oh wow, so you actually have on-site physios based at the gym. Their offices
definitely, yeah.
That is pretty cool. And behind them we have, so they were, of course, Physio Fabrik.
Yes.
Sorry, my international pronunciation, as I said yesterday.
It's almost Dutch.
is a little bit special. I speak English badly and everything else worse. So we're going to go down to the National Federation of the next sponsors. So NKBV.
Yes.
And what does that stand for?
In Dutch you say it's the Nederlandse Klim- en Bergsportvereniging. And the translation would be the Dutch Climbing and Mountaineering Federation.
Okay, perfect. Even when you said it, I thought that's what it might be, but I definitely wasn't going to stick my finger in and get it wrong. We got our amazing clothing sponsors here from Nihil, local company. What does Nihil mean in Dutch?
It's not really a Dutch name. I think it's just, you can say it in Dutch and then it means almost nothing, or like minimalistic.
Yeah. And then we have some fantastic hold sponsors. We have X-Cult, we have Unit Holds, we have Squadra, we have Morpho, and we have Blocks. So fantastic hold companies from all around Europe. And if you're looking at the screen, you can see a bunch of those holds on the wall now. If you work in a gym, run a gym, and you're seeing any amazing holds, and you're like, wow, what were they? Were they new holds from this line or that line? Just drop a message through to the guys at Boulder Energiehaven, and I'm sure they'll be willing to help out and pass you on to the respective companies, because there's a lot of fantastic hold manufacturers out there making so many shapes that sometimes it is tough to keep up. Now, along with that, the event is also co-partnered by several gyms, and I'm going to let Nikki just read through the gyms there, because they are all Dutch names, and I would totally maul them.
Yeah, the guys from here, from Energiehaven, they run several gyms, and it's really exploding. They definitely mastered how to build climbing gyms. So the one they started with was Boulder Kunststof in Leiden. Then they opened Radium Boulders in Maastricht.
Is that the one, so forgive me for cutting in, Radium Boulders, is that the one that's really close to the border with Germany and Belgium? So it's a great spot if you want to literally go overseas and go bouldering. It can be just a few minutes drive.
Yeah, and their chief is actually one of the setters that also set for the Masters here, Manuel Rigo. So you can find some impressive boulders over there.
Yeah, he's really an amazing setter.
It's a cool gym. Then last week they opened Boulder Hall Roost in Zwolle. It's in the very east of Holland. And they will be going to Amsterdam as well. So they will open Nomad Boulders.
Nomad Boulders.
Yeah, that's the next big project after Dockmasters, I think.
Excellent. And we actually, it's funny because there is a Nomad Boulders in Australia, and we had a climber from Nomad Boulders in Australia competing today in Recreational.
Oh, really? Cool.
So when they wrote the name down, I was a little bit like, oh.
You gotta be kidding.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised. So we're about 5 minutes out from the beginning of the event now. What's going to be happening now is the climbers are going to be coming down the back. There in the shot you can see Francie Stera, you can see Nikki DeLu. They competed yesterday. At the bottom of this shot you can see Marco Hubers having a good yawn because he's obviously trying to stay awake. I mean, he is a bit of an old man now. So basically, all the guys who competed yesterday stayed. There was a big crowd yesterday, much bigger crowd tonight. I understood you watched from home last night. You didn't even come in.
Yeah, we had me and my boyfriend, we did some setting for the Recreational. So we have been walking around here the last few days. And it was a pretty long week, so we had a good night's sleep and then a lazy day. But it was really cool to watch the live streams and also to watch some boulders today.
So, excellent. Well, you can see the crowd. This is really spot the climber at the moment. So if you guys are just having a look, waiting, you just go through and spy the climbers. You can see the local MCs, they're pumping the crowd up right now. You can see someone with beverages going back into the crowd because, well, it's the Netherlands. You guys are quite good at having beverages with you.
Yeah, I think it's quite normal here to have a bar and a boulder gym at the same time.
I found that so weird when I came to Europe that so many gyms have a bar, cafe, boulder gym. And where I come from in New Zealand or Australia, if you said, oh yeah, you could drink on the premises, everyone would just... They'll be like,
I think you're crazy.
Yeah, you'll be blind drunk, there'll be accidents, what are you thinking, yada yada, you know. It would be an absolute train wreck, and of course, that's not the case. It's just,
yeah, I think it's part of the responsibility of the bar personnel that people are not drinking before they're gonna start climbing. So if you come in and you order a beer, and then you say, oh, you're gonna start climbing, then they are like, oh no, you're not gonna start climbing.
What you didn't see as she said that, as she pointed at me, so she obviously knows me too well. That was, not a good sign. But no, I would not drink and climb. That's I need all the assistance I can get, not all the disadvantages I can get.
Nice.
So, for those of you that don't know, incredibly windy night here in the Netherlands. We are on the verge of being hit by quite a mammoth storm.
Yeah, they even named it. They called it Chiara. I think it's not something that people do in Holland, but all of a sudden they started naming the storms. So this is going to be a storm tonight.
Yeah, and even walking in today, I was being blown completely sideways when I was going to the venue. And I won't lie, a lot of the competitors that have climbed here this weekend were actually all worried that we're not going to get home tomorrow.
Yeah.
Several have had their flights cancelled already.
Oh, really?
So Mikael Marwem will be in here setting tomorrow, and he may not be the only one because...
Okay, that's a pity for them.
Well,
they can visit some of the other gyms.
Exactly.
Have a good session with no skin.
Well, that is the limiting factor, of course. I have to go back to Switzerland tomorrow, but...
Are you flying as well? Or
I am flying as well, so we will see if that happens. If not...
They said in the forecast that it's mostly going to be really bad right now, and by the end of the night it's going to be done. So.
Awesome, well, fingers crossed. And if you guys wonder why we're babbling on, why we're just killing a little bit of time, it's because, if you haven't guessed it, we're killing a little bit of time. This had a little issue with the clocks, they're just resetting them, and they're going to be bringing the athletes out in just a second. Those of you guys that watched semi-finals last night would have seen that it was a really brutal semi-final. You could get through to finals with only one top in both the women's and in the men's. So I feel that the route setters maybe overcooked the routes just a little.
Yeah, I asked Elaine about it today, whether they were satisfied or not, and she said, it was a bit harder than they expected.
Yeah.
So I saw them actually making some changes to the finals right now, or just before. When they were putting the finals on the wall, they were still discussing a lot about where to put the holes, and I saw some climbing shoes being pulled out of the pockets. So.
Yeah, even as I was going up to talk to the athletes in isolation, they were just clearing the mats then. They'd been out till half an hour before. And in those cases, they've already designed the boulders, but what they're doing is they're just making subtle tweaks, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're just adjusting a hold 10 degrees this way, 10 degrees that way.
Yeah, so they set the finals on Monday, but they definitely had some changes in mind based on the results of the semi-finals. So I think they possibly made the boulders a little bit easier than the...
Yeah, and looking at the finalist field, so if we look at the women's field, okay, just heard we're about to go to presentation in just a couple of minutes, so we will do this with the presentation. We're just going to talk about the athletes a little bit and just who we think we're psyched on, who we think is in with a shot, or who is going to be a dark horse.
Oh, for the women's, I would say the biggest chance would be Fanny or Petra. That would be the logical choice. Definitely if the style is a bit similar to semifinals, but I already heard that they set quite a different style for finals. They wanted to have a different style every round. And if I looked at the boulders, one of the things that was pretty obvious was that you had to be good in pushing. So there were a lot of mentally moves in in boulders.
Well, in that case, I'm actually going to go against the the consensus knowledge here. I'm gonna put my hand up for Chloe Coulier.
Cool.
I think, she's super strong.
Yeah,
she's really good at
definitely.
pushing. She's got the triceps and the chest to really get overholds and push them down. She tends to get slowed down if she gets to big dynamic moves, but on techie stuff and on really pushy stuff, she's super strong. And the only reason I'm not putting Petra as my top pick is I just don't know if Petra's going to have the skin. Petra was bleeding last night.
Oh, shit.
So she has open cuts on her hands.
Yeah.
It's going to be tricky. Of the outsiders, we have the Dutch.
Yeah, we got
Lynn
Lynn.
Vandermeer.
She is definitely a dark horse. I think she never competed in a big international field in bouldering.
Yeah.
But she definitely gained a lot of strength in the last few months, and her main specialism is lead. But she's growing a lot in bouldering as well. So I'm really amazed by how she's doing in the national competitions as well this year. Especially in the qualification rounds, it's always like super strong, and I really liked it that she actually made it to the finals here. It's like
I was
such
like,
a deserved
to have a hometown hero was always something special, and with Tim Roos had just missed. He was just an attempt to zone out.
Yeah.
So we only have for one Dutch climber. The other dark horses, if you ever call Nika Potapova a dark horse, it's kind of like acknowledging you don't know anything about climbing.
Yeah.
Because anyone who's 16 and has bouldered 8A plus and done 9A on a rope and is a youth world champion in lead.
Yeah. I remember seeing her in Mišapek in Slovenia, in between after World Cup in Slovenia.
Exactly, and that's her second out onto the stage now behind Lynn Vandermeer. So you have Lynn on the right there, Nika Potapova, Helena Wolf from Germany, Chloe Coulier, Petra Klingler and Fanny Gobert. The men are coming out now. On the left of the men you have Mikkel Marwem. Next to him is Billy Rydell from Great Britain. Next to him is Yevgeny Zazulin from Russia, Arthur Ternay from France, Alexei Rubtsov from Russia, and Nimrod top qualifier Nimrod Marcus, all the way from Israel.
He was on fire yesterday, huh?
We hardly saw him on the stream because he just went and flashed everything. He just went and just was like, oh. And the funny thing is that he said to me earlier, I think yesterday was my round, and I'm like, yeah, but you're the guy with all the skin because you tried 3 of the boulders once.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, skin is such a limiting factor. I know I harp on about it, but it's your contact point with the wall, and if you're coming into this with good skin, huge advantage.
Yeah, if you have to start taping your fingertips, then you lose all the friction. It's terrible.
Yeah. So there you see. So this now, the climbers have 2 minutes per problem. And if they can see the problems through all the photographers and cameramen that are trying to scramble around them, they'll be working out the sequences, working out what they think they should do. It's quite a collaborative process. A lot of them will work together. There you can see Helena and Petra just discussing, okay, so it's this, then this. You see Nika, her English isn't great. It's okay, it's not great, but she's just sneaking over into earshot. She'll be listening.
Yeah.
Lynn thinks she knows what she's going to do, but she's already looking at her hand. She's like, oh, if I slide off that...
That's going to cost a lot of skin.
It is. It looks like it's a big sideways jump, is it, that first move?
Yeah, I didn't talk to the setters about this boulder, but it looks like it's basically 2 moves, like a big jump to a jug and then like a mental move to the top.
Yeah, and there you can see the men's, and at the back you'll see Billy Rydell in the blue shirt, slowly disappearing out of frame, just like Britain is slowly disappearing out of the European Union. So he's probably making the most of his last opportunity to climb here without a visa, the poor soul. In front of him, you've got the Russians. So number 4 is Yevgeny Zazulin. Always one of my favorites to watch because he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's so emotional. It's really funny because for years, the Russian competitors in World Cups, they kind of had a cold face. They were very closed from everyone else. I don't know if you found it, but they were very reserved around people from other countries.
Definitely.
This younger generation seem a little bit more flamboyant, a little bit more open.
Yeah, I think so too, and especially him. It was funny, we ran into Alexa in Seus this summer.
Yeah.
And I know him from the competition as this really closed guy. And then he was there just relaxing after he injured his biceps. And it was so funny to see him there because he looked like a completely different person, like smiling and making jokes with everyone. And I was like, what?
And by relaxing, you mean climbing several 8C+.
Yes, definitely.
So,
yeah,
Alexei is such an interesting character. I'll always remember when I first met Alexei, because I met him in the campground at Magic Wood. And I hadn't seen him at a comp, but I went up and introduced myself to him as the IFSC photographer, and he stared at me blankly. And his girlfriend spoke to me in English, and I just assumed he did not speak English. So for 3 days, I would have conversations with his girlfriend. She would say it to him in Russian. He would say it to her in Russian. She would say back to me in English. And we even went out taking photos one day.
Yeah.
And then on the third night, after being with this guy for 3 days, I said something to him. He said it to Veronica. Oh, Veronica said something back to me, and he's like, no, you said that wrong. I meant this. And I just looked at him. I'm like, you speak English? He's like, yes. And he just couldn't be bothered speaking English, so he just pretended not to speak English, and poor old me just sitting there going for a translator for days.
They must have been laughing about you.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, cheers, buddy. Nice, real nice. So, but it's that funny sense of humor. He's a super good guy.
Yeah.
You know, I really enjoy spending time with all of these guys that I know, and the only one I don't really know in this men's final group at least is Arta Ternot, who I know is Mikael Marwem's training partner from Viron in France, but he kind of flies under the radar a little bit. I know the others really well. In the women's, I tend to know most of them pretty well, except Lynn Vandermeer. I've only seen a few times in competition, but someone like Nika I've seen since she was 12, and you just...
Yeah, it's cool to see them grow up.
Yeah,
And
when everyone comes up and says that's the next Janja, and you're like, yeah, sure, everyone's the next Janja, whatever. And then she starts to deliver on it, and you're like, oh.
That's real.
Okay. And whether she'll ever be the next Janja, I don't know, but she'll be the first Nika.
Will she be allowed to compete in the seniors this year?
She competed in the seniors last year. She did her
okay.
first in the seniors last year. Really struggled. She's still very slight. She's still very small.
Yeah.
But she turned 16, I guess, last year. So she did do a few events. I believe I'm not sure if she made finals or not. I'm not gonna put my foot in it there, but she may well have done. I know that your local girl, Lynn Vandermeer, I know that she made semi-finals in European Champs and Lead. That was impressive.
Yeah, that was her first semi-finals in a World Cup or in like an IFSC event.
Exactly.
So that was really cool. I think like it was a big breakthrough for her.
Yeah.
And in most of the World Cups, she was in lead. She competed in several World Cups, and she was close to semi-finals many times.
Yeah, it can take a long time, and this is what people don't realize. So many times I go to gyms and people are like, oh, we got amazing climbers at this gym, you know. Joe Bloggs, if he ever went to World Cup, he'd be right up there. And you're like, yeah, no. No, the level is...
Yeah, I think you have to be like so all-round to perform well in the World Cups. Like, it's not enough to just be really strong or to just be an amazing technical climber. And even if you are really strong and amazingly on the slabs and all the tricky stuff, then still you need to like be able to play the game and keep the head together.
Yeah,
so
you need the tactics, you need the climbing intelligence in competition.
Yeah.
And that's what sets guys like Alexei, like Jene Kruder, women like Shauna Coxey and Janja Gambret, and Akio Noguchi, of course. It's what sets them apart.
Yeah.
They can close the deal.
Yeah.
On the other hand, and this will surprise a lot of people, and I'll probably get a little bit of hate mail, but it's fine. If you feel like writing to me, do it. You know, Tomoa Narasaki is the ultimate underachiever so much of the time, which sounds ridiculous, but he comes second all the time. It's so hard for him just to close the deal out, just to give that last tiny percent. He won one World Cup last year, he won one World Cup the year before. I think in his career he's only won 4. But if he's made finals,
you wouldn't say so.
If he's made finals, he's always on the podium basically, and normally in first or second. But I think he's been second something in the realm of 17 times, which is, and it's, you know, and I always said he needed a head coach, and when we saw him at World Champs and he came out and just destroyed everyone,
yeah,
I was like, yeah, that boy's got a head coach now.
Nice.
So, but speaking of tactical climbers, and I'm going to go away from the climbers on the mats right now. famously tactical climber out of Germany, Mr. Jan Hoyer, who's not here with us this weekend, but want to wish the big guy a happy birthday. It's his birthday today. He should be here, but instead he's swanning around on holiday in the UK. Well, he's not swanning around, he's actually training. But yeah, happy birthday, big guy. Wish you were here, but we're going to be seeing you soon enough in the season. And of course, we're going to be seeing him at the Olympics as well.
Yeah, it's cool that he qualified, huh? I think he's one of the guys that he has worked so hard for it already, like years before.
Yeah, I really feel in the climbers that put in that groundwork over years, it was Jan Hoyer, it was Sean McCall, it was Jakob Schubert, guys like that are like the veterans, and it paid off. And in the women's, we haven't quite seen that yet. We've seen some. Obviously, you have a Kyo Fru, which is a perfect example of that. We have Petra Fru, we have Shauna Fru, but we still don't have a Giant Kim in there or some of these other big names, which is kind of heartbreaking. I'd really love them to be represented at the highest level.
Yep. I hope Jane will make it to the Asian Championships.
I hope that. I hope that there is an Asian Championships.
It's going to be organized in China, and now it's a bit down.
Yeah, you know, our heart goes out to all of those poor souls with coronavirus, but right now I can't see how anyone could justify going into China just to hold a climbing competition. You're not going to get a flight, you're not going to get a visa, and you could die.
That's pretty tough,
I'm really hoping that one of the other federations can step up and hold the competition on short notice. I'm sure that the guys from the sporting department at the IFSC will be working round the clock on that at the moment, because it's such an important thing. But yeah, for those who haven't yet qualified from Asia, and of course, you know, if we look at the Koreans, you've got Jae Kim, you have Jongwon Chon, you have Chaeun So, you have some really strong Indonesians as well, and they need this result.
Yeah, they need this chance to have the last spot.
Happen. All right, first climber out in the men's, and we're starting out with last year's champion, and as you can see, he loves putting his climbing shoes on.
Already practicing his game face.
Already in pain. So he's in the Mad Rock drones. That's Michael Mauem of France, long-time Mad Rock athlete. He was testing some new shoes this weekend that was really interesting to see, giving some feedback to the company about changes they could make, which is great to see when companies send out prototypes to their athletes and say, hey, try these for a few weeks, get back to us, send out a new prototype, try, send back. Okay, on the other side, Lynn Vandermeer, Sportiva climber, looks like she's got a pair of Furias on, was it, or Slusha? I couldn't tell.
I think it was Futuras, yes.
Futuras?
Yeah.
Probably my favourite Sportiva shoe because they stretch and I've got really wide feet.
I got that problem as well.
So, all right. They're just getting the climbers ready. They're just getting the crowd pumped up. Sorry that there has been a few minutes delay. I know we're running about 5 minutes or 10 minutes later than schedule right now. It's because the clock was basically having a bit of a tantrum in the background. And because of that, we're probably not going to have a clock on screen during finals. One thing to remember is that we are running at this event the 4+ format. So it's the old school IFSC glory days, which is great because it means that you've got that last Hail Mary attempt, that last, I just want to get this done. Because now at a World Cup with the 4 minutes flat, what you see is if someone's got 15 or 20 seconds to go, they just walk off the mat. Which I really feel kills the atmosphere.
I remember one World Cup where there was I don't know which climber it was, but somebody was sitting in his last attempt way past the 4 minute mark, waiting for the energy to return to do this very last attempt, and it was awesome to see him hesitating all the time. And
there were a couple of those. There was an incredible moment for Rustam Galmanov in Innsbruck a few years ago on this big yellow ball, and he just perched on it for so long and then got the problem done. It was just, the whole crowd was just in tears. It was incredible to watch, both because it was funny, but it was just, he just did it right. He played the game. Also remember Melissa Leneve doing that in Haiyang in China a few years ago, just ending up sitting on a volume halfway up the wall
amazing.
For several minutes, which probably a commentator's nightmare, but the crowd gets so pumped up because you're watching it. It's almost like this free solo moment. It's all or nothing. if you don't get it right, you're gone. You got.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. I like it that they decided to keep this format for this competition.
Yeah, I understand why they don't do them at World Cups, but I'm super psyched that it's still alive for competitions of this format.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool to see. And if anyone wants any information about the climbers, anyone wants any feedback, if you shoot through a message to the Circuit Climbing Instagram, especially while we've got a few breaks like this, I'm happy to answer anything I can, just while we're killing some time. We can't drink like half of the crowd seems to be. We don't get that privilege, but
damn.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple of bottles of water here, and you've got mango ginger.
Yeah, it's like we call it a hipster drink.
I like the fact that you can say that with an accent, and it sounds even more hipster. An hipster drink. So right there, you can see the guys frantically trying to fix the clock issue. Apologies for this. As you guys would know, clock issues are the bane of our existence. They happen at World Cups, they happen at World Championships, they happen at local comps.
They always happen when you don't want them to happen.
Yeah, effectively, if you want to break a clock, use it in the World Cup. We are just, yeah. You get some clock that someone will tell you has never failed, never faltered. Use it in the World Cup, goes to hell. So, all right. Let's look, we got some messages coming in. We got a cheers from Jan.
Right,
anytime, big guy.
From the men. So I want all the men to scream.
We got Remy, one of the awesome French climbers. He's psyched, but I was interviewing Hélène, who wasn't psyched. She's an absolute life, just one of the most wonderful people on the circuit. I always loved her. She's
super cool.
Just so much fun to be around. We got Lisa, used to be the IFSC publicist. She's now moved on, but she's saying hi. And then you got someone saying where. Where means where is the live stream? And that's fair, because I did not post up a link. But if you go onto YouTube, I'm not even going to tell you if you go onto YouTube and search Dockmasters 2020. Because if you're hearing me, you're on YouTube. So that would be all time, yeah. Someone asked who won the recreational comp. No idea. Sorry, I'd love to be able to tell you. I was actually upstairs doing the athlete interviews.
I actually think I know. I think in the women's, somebody won who we also saw yesterday. Elbrich Schorsta.
Elbrich won?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
And in the men's, Hidde Bakker won.
Hidde Bakker?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. See, such Dutch names. I mean, this is why I have a Dutch co-commentator, because I would just be so confused. Awesome. So we're about to kick off. Here come the first climbers. Lynn van der Meer, all the way from down the road, joined by Mikhail Marwem, all the way from Grenoble area in France, lives and trains in Véron. And they are on. The clocks are down, so they are doing it with hand timing. So if you heard someone down there shouting, "Yep,"
then they can actually start.
That was it. So super high tech, I know. We can have all this live streaming equipment, we can have cameramen on the mats, we can have all of that, and we can have no watch.
That was an easy go for Mika.
Yeah, Mika just like, this is going to be a 15-second top, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Although this foot...
Nice. Some nice knee work.
Yeah, that was a little bit of... And this can happen. Sometimes if, like yesterday, they set so hard. Do you think maybe they've gone a bit too far the other way now? It's hard to say on the first climbers, but...
I don't think they actually tweaked the red boulder, so maybe it's a bit of a jump, so maybe it's just a thing that really suits Mika.
Yeah, and here you can see this is the first of your press moves that you were discussing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So Lynn made it to the jump quite easily, actually, it looked.
Yeah, I was impressed how easily she made that jump, but then she looks like her body position is just not in a comfortable place. Do you think she has to try and bring her foot back, or?
I think they made a bit of an adventure from this part, but what makes this mantle really hard is that the foothold is like way underneath the overhang. So what you saw with this attempt from Lynn was that she was actually squeezed in the corner and not being able to get her body out of the roof, actually. So we're gonna see
Yeah,
the solution.
I think we're going to see that. Someone messaged me and said, please say something in German to Jan. All the German I know, I would not say online. Maybe something like get you on or like...
How is your German, Eddie?
I am incredibly inept at language. I can speak English, but I just... Coming from a country where we never have to learn a second language.
Yeah, that's why I'm backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, nice attempt from Lynn here.
So Lynn really has to try and get that right shoulder locked, doesn't she? So she can just keep that right arm straight and then pivot up. Do you think?
Oh, this looks... I think this is actually the beta, because if you look at the final hold, it's such a big jerk.
Yeah.
Maybe she just has to fight a little bit more. It's one of these boulders that you really have to want, and it's like super awkward, and you just have to keep on going. But we're gonna see with the really strong girls what the perfect solution is here.
Yeah, I mean, once you start getting World Cup winners, World Champions, World Cup finalists coming out onto the mats, then you're pretty sure you're gonna see what you get. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lynn just collecting herself. Probably got a minute or so left on the clock. She'll know that she's in the position where once she's on, she can stay on if the clock runs down. But you always want to go probably about 15 or 20 seconds out. So if you do just fluff for start, if you do fluff for dyno, you can just jump back on.
You can just get back on the boulder.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people go, oh, why don't you go at the last second? And, well, the reason you don't go at the last second is because if you do, just have a foot slip or drop the move. So it's a little bit of cross tactic there.
There was some interesting beta.
Yeah, I don't know what she would do with that. She was,
I think she was trying to
change it up.
Yeah. It's interesting. If she feels like this is not the way to do it, it's pretty smart to start changing beta. Lillian, go. That's definitely it. She opened up her body a little bit more this time.
Yeah, and if you look, that right arm just kept it really straight, and then it meant that she wasn't dropping out to the right as she jumped. But she actually went slightly over it, I think just hit the side of the hold.
Yeah. And she's on again.
She's on. She had just that tiny bit of time left. This is when it can be brutal, because this isn't a climb she can rest on.
No.
This isn't like... Yeah.
Trying to find herself a little bit of rest.
Yeah. I love that body position. Great turnout. Come on. Hear the crowd there. You could hear how psyched everyone was. They know that was a good performance first out of the box. Obviously hometown favourite. Where is she from in the Netherlands?
She lived in the south of Holland, but at the moment she is living in Amsterdam.
Okay, so she's currently living only about half an hour by train from here.
Yeah, it's pretty close. But Holland is smaller, so everything is pretty close.
Everything's close. Here we have Billy. He's brought out a towel with him. When you get a mat like this, which doesn't have any carpet on top, you do end up picking a lot of chalk up on the mat. So having a towel to go off just means you can keep your shoes clean. Nika Potapova, I'm curious to see how Nika does on this jump.
Yeah, she's a bit smaller.
She's the slightest of the climbers.
Ooh.
And I think that was both of them coming off them, because there was a bit of a badly stereoed woo there. So
Yes.
I think we saw Billy and Nika.
But I think with a bit more commitment she will do it.
I think she will, and we also had commitment from our technical crew because they got the clock working again.
Wow, nice!
Welcome to technology, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that. Billy just slows it down, gets the foot out in front of him.
Cool.
Hoping that it's all easy going from here. This position did look... he's going the knee.
Yeah, nice.
The route setters will be wondering a bit about that. Sometimes they set something they don't think of the cheeky knee, and you see both the first climbers are gone, well, it's going to be really hard to get my foot there, but if I just wang a knee...
then it's enough, right? It doesn't have to look pretty.
Yeah. So look at Nika. This looks like a huge distance for her. She's very slight. She's going to go big.
Wow. But it seems like she's
got the range. She's so underneath that she's got a huge amount of swing.
Yeah.
it does look like a good hold, so I think if she does get right in it...
Yeah, it's pretty good, and it's also on the positive side of the volume, so that makes it even better. But the fact that it's like a big pocket makes it a bit harder to aim.
Exactly. And someone said, say, alles gut? Alles gut?
Alles goed.
Alles gut? That is all is good or something in German?
It's like, for Jan.
For Jan, yeah.
Alles Gute. I think it means happy birthday or something.
Woohoo! I just did German. And let's forget that forever.
My German sucks as well, so just looks a little bit more like Dutch than English.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, here she goes again.
Got that jump easily. She's looking just like Linda. She's trying to find a plan B. She's like, the jump seems so fast. She was seeing if maybe that a rep was going to give her more, but Nika is a young athlete for Tenaya and Black Diamond. And they've definitely picked a good one here. She's going to go a long way in the sport, but you know, she's not on the big side.
No. But she can still grow, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she'll be fine. And, you know, Jane Kim's not big.
No, definitely not. I think most of the competitors are quite small.
I'll tell you a story, and not to take away from Nika, we are watching her as she comes into it. I remember the first time I went to a World Cup in 2013, and I turned up outside, and, you know, I'm 1.84 m. And I looked around, and I was like... Oh my goodness, everyone's tiny. I couldn't get over because
definitely.
when you see these people on the live stream, and some of them look quite big, and most of them are still really slight.
Yeah, they are all really small. Here in Holland, we got a lot of really tall people. So when I'm here in the gym and also in a national team, when I used to compete, I was like one of the smallest always. But in the international field, I'm pretty big compared to the others.
Come on.
Okay.
Just a few seconds left. So that was her running the clock down. It's going to be tricky from here. She just has to turn this around and get that shoulder engagement.
This looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Come on, fast. Pop. Come on.
Just a little bit higher.
So close. It was interesting when I looked at this boulder at first and I went, oh, it was like 2 moves.
Yep.
I was like, wow, that's going to be... But it's making them work. And this is the great thing about bouldering. It's not about setting mini routes. It's about setting individual challenging moves. It's about setting problems that the climbers have to solve.
Yeah, definitely. And I think these moves, they both require a lot of movement. So it's only 2 moves, but... It's a lot of moving and bumbling around.
Yeah. Oh, Helena going for a bit of a swing there.
Yeah, that was
Helena's
nice
popular
helicopter.
around the world. She lived for a year in Australia.
Okay.
Got really well known in the Australian scene. I can hear laughter in the background, so... Oh, come on. Oh, nice. Come on, Evgeny.
Let's see if he can use the knee beta as well.
The foot up. Yeah, he's just got screw it knee. This guy loves it. He's such a...
He's made for the show, huh?
Yeah, he's definitely a showman. And it's so good that the sport has people like that.
Oh, easy going.
She's psyched. She's definitely one of the taller competitors, Helena. Still not tall, but she's
taller
got a bit
than
over Nika and probably a little bit over Lynn as well. And I think on that move it definitely helps. But of course, later out, I think she's taller than Petra and Chloe, but let's face it, they are strong.
They are super strong.
They are going to throw down. So now the climbers that are waiting to come out, they know, they can hear the crowd. They're going, okay, this is going quick. When you were competing, did you find this really added a layer of nerves for you, going, oh no, everyone's doing it quick, if I go out and screw up?
Yeah, definitely. But I think that's also part of the competition game. So I how it felt to me, it was also changing all the time. Like what was hard, and sometimes this was really easy to deal with, and in other moments this was like an issue.
Yeah. So Arthur Tenno aces that move. Chloe's looking at this. Chloe is interesting. She's a really good dynoer, but sometimes it takes her a couple of attempts just to get her eye in. Arthur's trying to use technique. He's French. He's like,
he's not gonna use his knees.
He's not just gonna wang his knee on. Maybe now he is. He's gone. Yeah. Yeah. I think the route setters might be disappointed by that a little bit. They might be like, that was a bit too much.
Yeah, I think if basically everyone flashes it, then it's a little bit too easy.
Yeah, it's a wasted problem. So you can see Chloe here. She wasn't mantling there. She was just trying to get her body across to the left and trying to consider her options. But I love watching her climb when she moves like this, and you just see the shoulder engagement.
Yeah. Nice.
She's gonna have a graze on her chin tomorrow.
Oh, that was close.
Devastation, so close. And in a competition like this, any individual attempt can mean so much. She knows she can do it now, though. She'll be mentally kicking herself that she didn't hold it, but she'll know that it's there for her.
She might take a long rest in between now.
It's interesting because I don't know how much gas she would have used in that first attempt. She might just choose to go at maybe like 2 minutes or so.
Yeah. I think that would be a smart way, yeah?
I would go around. I mean, okay, I've climbed nowhere near this level and never have, but it would seem about right to me. If I was her coach, well, one, she wouldn't climb nearly as well, but two, I would be telling her to probably go at about 2 minutes. And I'm not her coach, so she's ignoring me.
Yeah, it's always nice to see Chloe climb.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Has been for years. I've followed her since she's been a junior. She actually taught me the meaning of the word manger.
Manger.
Yeah.
It's eating, right?
Eating, yeah. So I was on a climbing trip with the Belgians.
Yeah.
With the national team, and I just kept hearing this one word in French over and over and over. Manger, manger, manger. And I didn't know the word. And I said to Chloe and Loic, what is this word manger? And they just laughed and they're like eating. And I'm like, okay, the Belgians love food. So.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, here she goes again.
Here she goes. Come on. She's got her chin so tight in. It's almost like it's got...
wow, solid.
Solid. And I love that. You could see the movement. Does the one arm lock. You could see there, as soon as she caught it, she blocked with her right hand to stabilize the swing. She knew she had nothing to hold with her right hand, but she stopped her body rotating, stopped any sort of helicopter happening, and then she's like, yeah.
I got it.
Got it. She'll be psyched on that. Next out, Alexi. Mad Rock athlete, living legend, maybe the only person I can think of that has ever won a world championship 3 years after he started climbing.
That's a crazy story, huh?
It's just bonkers.
I remember him coming up and nobody knew who he was, and then he suddenly won.
Yeah, started climbing at 17, won world champs at 20. That's just, anyone that thinks they're too old to start, Alexi's like living proof. Next to him on the wall now, Olympian Petra Klingler. I love saying that.
Yeah.
Easily does the first move. Alexi as well. Alexi's straight to the knee, straight to the top.
Yeah.
Petra's thinking of what I was thinking, which is getting the foot out, but I don't think she needs to. I think she's potentially...
Well, she's going to go for some...
She's going for style, she's going for funk. I mean, she actually brought her chalk back, so she obviously expects that she might be up here a while.
Yeah. She's not going to give up until she reaches the final hold.
No, and what she's looking at here is she's looking at getting her right foot up next to her right hand and bridging, but now she's gone, no, that's just too high, it's not going to work. And misses the slam dunk. She probably spent a little bit too long on the problem, do you think?
I think so, yeah. At least she got a lot of information, so she tried all the options.
Yeah, she will know that boulder now.
Yeah.
Do you find as a retired competitor that you can look back at boulders you did years ago and remember them move for move from competitions, or does it become a blur?
I think it becomes a blur a bit more, but I mainly competed in lead, so I did not do that many Boulder World Cups.
Yeah.
But also for the lead routes, if I look back at them, and I watched a replay of a live stream from a competition like 5 years ago. Then in my memory it was with massive holds and big volumes.
Yeah.
And then if I watch the live stream, it was like super cringy
super
and
cringe
shitty.
and dinky. Yeah.
So it's a bit of a blur, I think.
Yeah. See, it's funny. My first nationals was back in an era called 1995. Come on, Petra. Yeah. Again, same thing. Block to the right. Gets it done. Easy. She had that in her. She'll actually be a bit frustrated. She spent so much on the first attempt. But as I was saying, my first nationals was back in 95, so a long time ago, as a lead climber, because it was only lead back then. And I still remember because I fell off a rose move in finals, and I will always remember that. And I did not know what a rose move is. And when I came down, the route setter said, "You fell off a rose move. Why didn't you just do a rose?" And I'm like, "What's a rose move?"
Nice.
And he stared at me like I was kind of stupid, and I was.
So after that, you only practiced
after
rose
that,
moves?
I practiced lots of rose moves. And crazy side story, that route setter ended up being a brusher at the Vail World Cup last year.
Cool.
Which is pretty cool. Okay, Fanny. Oh.
That would be a cool jump as well, but a bit too complex for the boulder, I think.
Yeah, really complex. Nimrod's just like, yeah, I've done this all before. You're going to go to the knee.
Oh, he's going to go for the 3D option.
He is.
Nice.
He's a little bit shorter, and
then
obviously a good flexibility. Stood right in the bottom corner. Definitely didn't look hard for him. So I think what we're looking at with the guys there is something along the lines of they all did it really quick. I think there might have only been a couple of falls all round.
Yeah. It's funny to see how they use the volumes here. So the big rectangular volume in the middle.
Yeah.
It's only there to avoid the hold they are jumping to from sticking out. It doesn't really have a function, I think.
Yeah, they've basically put it there to extend that panel of the wall so they can put a bigger hold in. But that's route setters now. Route setters are they just juggle stuff.
It's just too nice of an opportunity if this fits perfectly, you know?
Yeah. Fanny this can sometimes be Fanny's Achilles heel.
She keeps on trying the same thing too often? Or?
She keeps on trying the same thing, and just in dynamic moves, she doesn't maybe get enough drive. It's just, yeah.
It also looks like she just looks for a solution that's a bit too complicated for this jump.
Yeah, she's trying to overcomplicate it. She's actually turning herself around and trying to like catch it almost back as like an undercling back over her head rather than just catching it flat. Now she's caught it flat. But so fast.
Yes.
She's not trying to slow the move down at all.
Would be nice to give the hold a good brush over here. Okay, let's see if she does it now. Yeah, nice. Okay, now finish it.
But she did that move much harder. Like that way of doing it just seemed much harder than what we saw with Helene and Chloe, etc., Petra earlier.
Maybe this was how the setters intended it.
Do you think sometimes, I mean, she is French, Roman, the head setter is French. Do you think she maybe looked at it, saw a bit of his style and...
I think it depends. I think it's maybe you're not, as a competitor, not really looking for the style of the chief setter, but if you train a lot in the boulders from somebody that's also a chief for a competition, then you might be a little bit more used to a certain type of style.
Yeah.
So you might look for that solutions unconsciously a bit more.
Because now she's finally adapted and gone to the right sequence.
Okay. It's
so
going to be interesting.
Just under 30 seconds. She can get back on. It's interesting because she's not going to feel confident in that first jump. She's made the first jump hard.
Yeah.
Now she knows what to do. She will have felt that finish hold and gone, okay, so I just have to do A, B, C to do the boulder. But 10 seconds on the clock.
Let's see if she does ABC.
You hear the crowd right behind her.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Okay, should be no screwing around now. She's got into the finish hole before. She knows what she has to do.
Ooh, she looks a bit tired.
Yeah, come on. Where's the tricep, Fanny? Like, come on, get over it. Hands really high on the right. That's a lot further out. We'll see if it works.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
That was pretty awesome. Not only did she stick it, which was sick, but like that swing.
That swing was so big.
She kept her thumb on that bottom hold. She kept her thumb blocked the whole time to hold the swing. Totally different technique to the other ladies, but that was pretty sick.
Yeah. I think that required a lot of shoulder mobility as well.
Yeah, more and more in bouldering now, I see shoulder mobility being a thing. Back in the day, it used to be strong fingers, strong biceps. Now is all shoulders.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Next out, we have Mikhail Marwin for boulder number 2. So he's got one top and one. And next to him, Lynn Vandermeer. She didn't find the top on the first one. She'll be looking for something on this. The route setters spent a lot of time tweaking this right up to...
Yeah. So this was the boulder that they took a lot of time in, the yellow women's one.
Yeah.
To make some final adjustments. I think it's a bit of a jump again, but a bit more coordinated, a bit more complex.
Yeah, I think there's some complex movement. I know Helene wasn't happy with how the start was, so they did adjust it.
Yeah.
She felt the start was going to be too low percentage. Yeah.
And the setters told me that the blue one, it's like a compass move, a bit more, or like a compass boulder.
Okay, yep.
And I was looking at it, and it's really hard to read. But what I think is that so there is a jib on the other side of the volume that we are looking at, the volume at the end of the big overhang.
Yep.
And I think it's like a turning around compass move from there to the, to the zone. But I'm not 100% sure.
Mika's like a little bit... He's confused by it. You can see when he's pulling into the position, he doesn't quite set up.
Yeah.
He thinks he's doing it hard. He thinks, okay, this feels brutal. Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah. This can't be so hard.
This can't be right because it feels ridiculous. Lynn, yeah. I'm wondering if Lynn should get a foot back out to the right and maybe even get like a toe hook on that first right handhold or something so that she can stabilize going across to the left here. Yeah, see now Mika just committed.
Yeah, nice.
This is the campus sequence you're saying.
Cool.
Oh, that looks...
This move looks a little bit like the move in the Dockmaster finals last year.
Yeah.
There was a red boulder which was like the same like cut loose.
Yeah. And yeah, you just got to turn around and get into like a double undercling position.
Okay,
you can see he's a little bit perplexed by it now. He's not even at the zone, so he's spent a lot of effort and he's used more than half his time.
Yeah.
And this is one of those boulders. Any of these climbers will know they've only got a finite number of attempts. They cannot keep trying this boulder.
It's one where you have to be pretty careful with your energy.
Yeah, your energy and yeah, just your optimum power is going to go down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Lynn's
stick the move.
Yeah. Oh. Do you think she's then just got to pop out and control the swing across?
Yeah, so I saw the setters trying this, and Fetty was running in and doing a toe catch underneath the volume and then matching the hold. Mika, stick the move.
Here we go, Mika. Oh, I don't know if I agree with this as a tactic. He's going to prove me wrong, is he? No.
I think you're kind of stuck if you match that one. But yeah, in the women's boulder, from this hold that Lynn just managed to match, I think you have to kind of jump out to the zone and then kick your feet.
Yeah, and the zone looks quite good. It is obviously blocked, you're going into a crack, but it looks like that right hand hold, the zone, is quite a good side pull.
Yeah. This is more solid with the yoke.
Yeah, the one she's on now is terribly slopey, but this one just a little bit low.
I think the heel makes the matching easier, but then it's a long way to the next hole, huh?
It's blocking her movement a bit. You think it's stopping her, slowing her down.
That might be possible.
She's got 15 seconds on the clock, so does Mika. Mika's running it right down.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Look at his face.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think he worked it out then, but I think he had tried to do too much before then.
Yeah.
When I discussed having a finite amount of power, I think if he had done that on his first or second attempt rather than his fourth, maybe he would have had enough to hold that and go to zone.
Yep.
He'll be a little bit devastated because he knows it's a hard problem.
Yeah, it's going to be an important one for the comp.
And it'll be interesting because Billy Rydell, he's from the UK. What do they have in the UK? Woodies.
Yeah. Nice.
And to me, that kind of looks a bit like a woody problem. It's a little bit steeper, but it just has that woody feel to it. So,
definitely.
You know, they don't have membership in the European Union anymore, but they have woodies. All right, let's see. Come on, Billy.
Oh, solid. Oh,
that was ridiculous. Just tried to do a pop switch.
Nika is on the wall as well.
Mika is on the wall as well. She's set up. She's got the same toe hook, but yeah, just a little bit low again.
Yep.
Okay. They're just gathering themselves up. Still 3 minutes on the clock. They understand a bit of what to do now. Hopefully Billy's going to run through a bit of clock here. Nika's just trying to sequence this. She came through a little bit low into that zone hold, the same as Lynn earlier.
I think the foothold that you have to kick is so far left that you need a lot of speed to get there.
Yeah. Okay, here we go with Billy. And let's just go quiet here. Let's just listen to the crowd as he climbs. And you hear a lot of British support in the crowd, all the guys that didn't get through. Nika's not feeling comfortable in that jump. It's a very sideways position. Your left leg's so far out, you're going to take a reasonably unpleasant fall from there.
I think you need quite a bit of World Cup experience to do this move.
Yeah, yeah. And this is after they tweaked it to make it a bit easier, so I'm kind of glad they did, because it could have been a curler.
Yeah.
So you can see Billy, this one is right on the fingers. He's just flexing them out. I was right about the board experience. He's just got those crimp fingers.
Yeah, he looks so strong on this.
I've bouldered with him in some of the limestone bouldering areas in the UK where they're the nastiest minging little crimps, and he just hangs on all day. So he'll be fine on that. It's just on this angle. All right, come on, Nika.
Wow. She is learning in the move. Billy going for a new solution.
Billy is fading. Billy has just got a little bit of fade on. You can tell he's just probably spent a bit of energy. I do apologize if I'm coughing a bit through the broadcast. I did seem to pick up some chalk in the lungs yesterday. Not unusual.
Quite dusty here.
Yeah, it was quite dusty, but you know, I try and cover the mic when I cough, but here there's no mute button. Sometimes you'd hit a mute button and cough your lungs up. Here, no such luck. So, sorry world if you're hearing my lungs. That's, yeah, just bad luck. Alrighty. Nika, she's got 2 goes left in her, just under 40 seconds on the clock. She's going to want to get this right. Come on, Billy. Look at that bicep.
Billy going for some nice beta.
25 seconds. He's got one more go, but
the setters will be happy that he wasn't able to do it that way.
They will be, but he won't be. He would have loved that zone.
Maybe he surprises us in the last seconds.
Yeah, I think that zone hold is worth so much in this competition. When you get a problem that hard, if you can secure the zone. So let's go back to the climbers here. And they're both on. Billy is just going, hey, look at me, campus.
Come on, Billy, come on.
He's really good now. Come on, Billy.
Oh,
Yes.
awesome. Come on.
Come on, buddy. That right there, I think that could be huge for the competition right there.
Definitely.
I just, that gave me goosebumps.
Yes, me
Like, there's not a lot that'll make me shut up, but that was on the list.
Did you see his face while working for that final hold?
Pumped. And just when he was coming out right there, when he was coming out to that penultimate hold, and it looked bad, I was like, ooh, that's not so pretty. This one could be tough for Evgeny. He's a big boy and he's got no skin. That's a bad combination on little crimps. And
you interviewed him in isolation, right?
Yeah.
What did he say?
That he's a big boy with no skin. So, yeah, he's always a fun one to watch. Helena Wolf, real dark horse in this comp. Set up nicely already, but just too low. I honestly think they got to go high.
Yeah, I think so too.
Evgeny is just like, screw you all, I'm Russian, I'm going to pull hard.
Crazy.
I mean, look at him there. His right leg is bigger than half the guy's waist. The look on Francis Dera's face there in the crowd. She's just like, what did I just see? And just the showman, you see him walking off there, giving a bow to the audience.
Yeah. But that was crazy.
Yeah, that was super impressed by that. That was just, I was so impressed by Billy doing it at the death a couple of minutes earlier. And then Zazulin just walks out and goes like, yeah, trim, roof, do, easy. Like, and that's my best Russian
I just do this
accent.
one arm without actually holding a hold and then just stopping in the meanwhile.
Yeah, I hope the photographers here got that. That's the weird thing for me. Many people watching this and listening to this will know that I am the IFSC photographer and I take photos for a living. It is weird watching this and not taking photos.
Yeah, I can imagine. She seems to be a bit short as well on the whole.
She's the tallest of them in terms of actual size, so...
Yeah, but there's not a lot of momentum being generated to the left.
And we had one of the Brits actually came onto Instagram and said claiming Billy can climb on a woody is a bold statement. And that comes from Oren Colley. And everything hard Oren has ever done is just a variation of another problem he's already done. So big fighting words from the young man there. So, and we're missing you here, Oren. You should be here. This is way better than some comp in the UK. Come on, buddy, next year.
Oh, that was better.
So someone has asked me the inevitable question of someone messaging in and asking a climbing comp a question. What is that question?
Who's gonna win?
No, okay, that's... How hard are the boulders?
Oh, how hard are the boulders?
All the time. And when people ask that, I always say anywhere from 6C to really, really hard.
Yeah. I think that's a good answer.
They go 6C, and I'm like, yeah, because if you go somewhere like Cresciano and Ticino and get on the Never-Ending Story slab, which is a 6C slab, it will take most climbers more than 4 minutes to do it. And here they have 4 minutes, so the style of the boulder impacts the actual grade of it so much.
Yeah, definitely. I think if we set for a competition, then we don't really talk about the grades anymore. It's more like discussing how it will be received by the field and
just the movement, the
and how risky it is.
Yep.
So if you set a 6C, then it has to be super risky, super coordinated, like really demanding in all the not physical aspects. And then
come on, Alain. Last go. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the height.
Finally.
But you won't get the zone on that. And it's interesting what you say there about risky. Let's talk about that. When risky, you don't mean fall off and break your leg risky.
No.
You mean low percentage move.
Yeah, definitely.
You mean the move which is on the edge of friction.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna pop off.
Yeah, so it can be like really sketchy on a slab, or like this jumpy style boulders. Just moves that require a lot of detail that has to be done.
Yeah, a lot of precision, a lot of subtlety.
Yep. Arthur is going strong as well.
Arthur from France. Wow.
Easy going.
This is maybe why he's not on the normal French team. He's strong.
Nice one.
That was, not too shabby.
Now I get
Chloe.
why he is the training partner from Mika.
Oh, look
easy
at that.
going.
Goes straight high. I mean, I hate to say I tell you I know what I'm doing, but takes a moment to clean her 510s. She knows that there's a foothold under this, which I don't know how good it is. She's like, come on, crowd. I got the zone. I matter. So
the next holds are really tiny, so she has to switch from like super dynamic.
It looks like blocked and it looks like dual text. It was only just a little bit on top. And this is the
easy
slow
going.
move we were talking about, where she had to. Yeah, Chloe is in the mix. This is a problem I also expect we will see Petra and Fanny do.
Yeah, definitely.
But doing it that quick, I think, really important for Chloe. That puts her in the mix. And these guys now, they're coming out. They know, okay, I got to do this because they're coming up fast.
Yep. Gotta be an important one.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to meet Alexia in a dark alley, would you?
No.
Just like, if I ever do like a Russian spy film and I want like the anti-James Bond character, I'm just auditioning Alexei, that's it. His boss can be Dmitri, and then there, I've got the whole thing. Okay. Come on, let's come back across to Petra, because I want to see her on this. I got the feeling she's got the smarts to go high.
Wow, she doesn't even need the food.
Yeah. When you go high there, then you're wrapping, you've got the guppy on the hold, and it's positive. You're pulling down on it, whereas the girls that went low, they were reaching up into it. And
Yeah, and then you got a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and this is all we experienced. Now Petra's just, Chloe made this move look easy, but...
Yeah, but did you see Chloe in the qualifications?
Yeah.
There was this one... Wow, nice from Petra.
Nice. Nice. So there's one climbing qualifications that Chloe monstered that no one else could do. Oh, look at... I don't even want to know what his shoulder joints were saying to him right then. One, they would have been saying it in Russian and I don't understand. And two, although it was probably Bilyat, but like... Yeah, that was just nastiness incorporated. It's really interesting of Alexei. You said you saw him in Sayus after his injury, just climbing 8C plus to get fit again.
Yeah.
As you do.
He was
and
having
he told me he's not doing any pull-ups or campusing or any training like that yet because he's still not ready to really load up where they've reattached his bicep. So all he's doing is climbing, and I'm like, if this is all you're doing is climbing, I'm horrified by the concept of what you do for...
Real Russian training must be tough.
Yeah. Oh.
Oui.
That's it. That hold's going to get taken out the back and shot after the comp.
Do you think he's still aiming for the Olympics?
At this stage, the Russians haven't announced who their team will be for Moscow, and he doesn't know if he'll be on that team.
Okay.
And I don't think he's been training for it. He's been climbing into Chino.
Yeah.
He's someone that he's capable enough he could just come in and go for qualifying and qualify, but I think is 50-50. Come on. Oh, foot blue. I think if you're trying to be all techie with your feet there, it just puts you in a worse position than if you just pull.
He must be able to do just the one arm,
Which arm is it on? I'm trying to think. Right arm, left arm, right arm. That could be tricky. I think that's the one where he snapped his biceps, so that could really be, for Alexei, this could just be a stopper move, just physically. And don't quote me on that, I'm not saying, you know, it could be his left arm, but I believe it was his right. And yeah, he's going to be careful. He's going to give it everything within the realm of
limits.
Gets the crowd behind him.
Come on, Alexei. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Alexei. Come on, buddy. Давай. Давай, давай. Oh.
That's a nasty hand swap.
That is, yeah. You just see the crowd. They're just like, that looks horrible. We're really enjoying it. It's interesting because climbing is such a pain-based sport. Like when you're watching people compete at their limit, it's all pain.
Okay.
Alexei, come on.
Ooh.
Come on, Alexei, come on.
Oh, strong.
Come on, Alexei, come on.
Come on, Alexei. Come on, buddy. Oh.
Give it up for Alexei, guys. What an amazing last attempt.
And the next climber is Fanny Chibert.
So he turned it to the press there. And then just a little bit short. Do you think he should have gone other hand or?
I think right hand would be better. In that
Right hand would be better, yeah.
That part of the wall is a little bit like maybe straight or a little bit sloppy.
Slopey, yeah. Okay, so now our last climber's on problem 2. Nimrod Marcus. All the attention was on him yesterday. That was insane. Next to him, Fanny Gobert. Fanny, of course, definitely one that's still in the running for Olympics. She's looking at European champs. Hugely important comp for her. Is she going to go high? Let's watch where that left hand goes.
Oi.
Whereas Nimrod is like, look at me, I'm strong. Oh.
So much swing and still he makes the move.
I think we can safely say Nimrod Marcus has arrived. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Yep. Yeah, I think he's kind of, he may not come down from there. He's kind of excited. Oh, he did come down. That's, wow, he's just, he's on fire right now. I mean, I hope lots of people are watching this in Israel. All the people from campus climbing, from Carbon Grip, all the guys that he trains with, you know, shalom to all you guys. Hi. It's like, this is pretty cool to watch. I hope you guys are all gonna give him some accolades when he gets home because this is big. This is probably the biggest Israeli performance since Alex Kazanov winning World Cup a couple of years ago. Come on, Fanny, go high, go high, go high. Don't go. Oh. Ooh.
That was a nasty fall. Ah, she stands up.
I hate those falls with a passion because those are the ones where you're twisting and you put your arm out, you dislocate your elbow. Seen it a couple of times, seen it in World Cups. Just going in that position.
Yeah.
It sounds bad. It's almost better to take the fall and face plant than get your arm straight out below you.
Definitely. Don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, we saw with Chrissy Schrantz a few years ago in Munich, did exactly that. Spun off a boulder problem, put her arm down.
fix the hole.
Okay, Fanny is just considering. Right now, she's super aware of how the other girls have done.
Yeah, definitely.
She's super conscious. So, and for anyone, I do apologize in advance if I interchange women, ladies, and girls for these climbers. I did actually ask the climbers, and they said, don't call them women, it makes them sound old.
Nice.
So, I will call them guys and girls, men and women, whatever. It interchanges, but it's never meant as a derogatory thing. So, you know, I did clear it with the climbers. I know there are some people out there that might be offended by it, but the climbers aren't, and the other ones that I care about. Okay, she's got just under a minute. She's getting the brushes up one more time. This is interesting. Right now, this is in her head. Super conscious. In the background, you can actually see the harbour. You can see the water moving past. That's how close we are to the dock here. Hence the name Dockmasters. Okay. Allez, Fanny. Come on. Come on, go high, go high, go high.
Oh. Okay, she got time for one more attempt.
Got time for one more attempt. She has read it right, but she's left it a bit late. She's making life hard for herself.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And she's up. Okay, now finish it.
I love the little shake from her there. She just... Come on, Fanny. Gets the top, did the little shake just to save, but you know she'll be frustrated. She's given up so many attempts on Chloe and Petra now that effectively she's pushing a large sloppy object uphill. Like, this is going to be tough going for her from here.
Yeah, definitely. But there are still two more boulders to go, so let's see.
Yep, she is definitely in the hunt. So now we have Lynn Vandermeer, Mikkel Marwem. They are out. We're going to try and get the score up just quickly, just so we can see where they are. Maybe just after these two climbers, we'll get the score up on the screen for you guys.
White boulder is dual texture. The shiny part of the boulder is super slippery.
Okay,
and there's four boulders in finals, so they are just halfway through the round now. So effectively, 4 blocks in, 4 blocks, 2 blocks done. Mikkel's done that techie start, super comfy. That also reminds me of a start from Dockmaster last year.
Yeah, with the purple one around the corner.
Yeah.
Good move. Nice.
Oh. This is Mikkel's jam.
Wow, awesome.
And just because he made it look easy, yeah, he's not going to be the only one. And there's the scores for the guys. So you can see Evgeny Zazulin 2-2, Arthur Tene 2-2, Nimrod Marcus 2-2. Of course, Nimrod is actually in the lead because he's leading from the round before. Billy in 4th, Alexi in 5th, Mikkel in 6th. Mikkel will jump up with that top. In the women's, Chloe 2-2-3-3. Sorry, 2-2-3-2. Same as Petra Klingler, tied in first place. Fanny Gilbert, 12 attempts. Elena Wolf, 1 top, and then Lynn and Nika back behind them. Now we're going to go back to Lynn, just see how she goes on this one.
Yeah, so the women got a bit of an adventure boulder here.
This is a bit of a route setter's night, or route setter's dream, climber's nightmare.
Yeah, it's really hard to read, but it's basically a maze of volumes. And the thing that she's aiming for, we can't really see it, but it's like a little edge made out of like 3 or 4 volumes blocking each other.
Okay, so just up in the back there. Even now I can't see what you're talking about.
I think it's like a shouldery move, and then she's again gonna turn into a mantle right over the lip.
You could do
Yeah, there's a lot of counter tension here, keeping that toe hook.
Yeah.
Into the zone.
And now pushing hard on that right foot.
Oh, yeah, I think she needed to maybe walk her feet for a bit more before she tried to bring her hand up.
Definitely. So you see that her body is still really low here, which makes it quite hard to pull on the left hand.
Yeah.
DJ Adam, do this thing.
And then boom, out of there.
Fighting hard though, it's nice to see.
Fighting real hard. She'll be psyched to climb at this level. Not sure if she's going to do Studio Block Masters or if she's going to do the Quiff or any of those comps.
I think the national team is going to the Studio Block Masters, so she will be there. The Quiff I don't know about.
Yeah, if she's doing European Champs, she probably won't be at Quiff. It's really close to European Champs, so sadly a lot of people won't be there this year.
That's
but still going to be amazing. Still a ridiculously good lineup of climbers will be there. Come on, come on.
Yeah, nice. She got it now.
Yeah. Come on. This is her last attempt. And it really is a wrestle. She's just moving around the volumes, trying to find the body position. Only a hold from the top, I believe, now?
Yeah, the next hold is top hold. So this is like the final mental.
Come on, Lynn. I get the feeling the local crowd quite liked that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Crowd absolutely lit up. That was... I was super psyched to see that one. Now we got Billy and Nika coming out.
It's weird because the men's boulder, it doesn't look so hard, but because all these holes are dual textured, the feet are just really shitty. And
you can see the shine. You can see the shine on it behind Billy right there.
And the volumes that they place as footholds, they are so slopey. It's like disorientating.
And this sort of start could be tricky for someone like Billy. Like someone like Mika is just such a gymnast in his climbing, but oh, nice.
Easy.
Thank you, Billy, for proving me wrong. You're the man. Really close to that yellow on the women's there.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect them if they do. Oh, out of there. If they do touch that, it's not going to. There's no yellow tape. So, sorry, no black tape. So that's on the route set. It's not on them if they do touch it, but still disappointingly close. Nika's moving well on this one already. She's coming up. Oh, what was she thinking?
I think this was the part where Lynn started a bit of an adventure.
Yeah, Lynn struggled to get her second hand up where Nika's hand is there, but then Lynn turned her body around so her feet were out to left and it made that next move quite good. Nika was facing her body, was out to the right there, really not the right place. She was on the adventure, but she was going down the wrong path.
Yeah, she was going straight forward.
Oh.
Nasty slip from the dual text.
Yeah, Billy's just looking at the skin. He's just like, this is a bit shitty. Like,
not the perfect boulder for now.
No, and right now you can guarantee his fingertips will just be burning. And when they start to get like this, they almost get like the plasma starts coming through and you chalk up, and as soon as you hit the holds,
it's wet again.
It's wet again, and you're like, did I even chalk up? Like, what was the point of that? That's one of the reasons I think liquid chalk's good, is it really, the alcohol does a better job of drying, but you put it on too many times and your skin falls to bits. So, swings and roundabouts. Gets it done. Come on, buddy.
Nika also stick the move in the background. Nice, gets it done now.
Come on, buddy. Come on, come on, come on. Just come on. Don't overthink it. I think if he'd just really clamped the tension in those legs right there and just reached up really stably, but instead he wanted to adjust his left foot.
Yeah.
Out of there. I'm sure there's a lot of people back in the UK cheering on Billy. They've probably still got the internet over there. So I'm not sure how long till they lose that, but you know, it's been nice knowing them. Got Nico all the way from Ukraine. Really international field, this, like climbers from Australia, Venezuela, climbers from Ukraine, from Israel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see so many people travel to this flat country without any war.
Yeah.
But a good competition.
Nika, no, she's tapped. She's giving that little shake of despair, like that body language right there is, she knows she's got 30 seconds left, but she doesn't know if she's got gas in the tank.
Maybe this is also a little bit experience. She looks a little bit defeated.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that in her climbing and comps so far. It's when it's right, it's insane.
Yeah.
When it's right, it's unbelievable, but when it's wrong, it starts to fall apart. And you got to remember, she just turned 16.
Yeah, it's so hard to learn this, and I think it's super logical not
it's
to
funny
master
because you
this.
come to a competition like this and people will be like, oh, you're not doing so well. And it's like, well, you're making finals at 16.
Yeah.
You know, give it till you're 18 or so, give it till you're 20 even. You've still got many years of a career.
Yeah, definitely.
This head game is the biggest part. Come on, Billy. Oh. Just
That's
nothing left for either of them. Hear the crowd showing their support. They appreciate, they know how much pain and effort these guys have been through. Helena Wolf, Evgeny Zazulin. Evgeny will be looking for, if he gets a fast top on this, he's in a freeway tie for first at the moment, so attempts really count. He will know that Mika did it, so I just don't know if this is going to suit him. But I said that about the last one and I was wrong, so...
Yeah. We're going to see.
We are all going to see together.
He is pretty good with jumping, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty dynamic.
But this is a combination of being dynamic and trust your feet.
Yeah. And with a chest that big, I don't know the last time he actually saw his feet, so... All right. Come on, buddy. Think. Oh. Amazing theatre there from Evgeny. Russia climbing, I hope you're giving this guy a pay rise. He should be at all the World Cups this year. Great performer for the crowds. Great climber. Helena Wolf. One top so far on the first problem.
Oh, interesting feet first data.
Yeah. Maybe hasn't figured this one out. This is really a standout comp for Helena. I don't think she's climbed at this level before.
Mm-hmm.
She has made the German team and competed in World Cups, but she hasn't progressed to a final. So for her, this is like a big step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But there's still going to be, that same learning process is what Nika, etc. are going through.
Yeah.
Come on, Evgeny. Come on, buddy. Come on.
No. Oh, the feet, man.
Oh. Hands and head moment, or head and hands, I should say, moment. Just boom, not getting. Tried to save it to the last second. In the background, Helena's still trying the feet first beta. It's interesting here because they communicate for the 2 minutes before they come out.
Yeah.
So they communicate in that viewing period, and sometimes you wonder if they did talk to each other because you see someone like Helena here not following the beta that the first two women used. And you're really a little bit perplexed.
I think it's always a little bit of a game of giving some beta and getting some, but not sharing all of it.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can stick the foot now.
You see he's trying to switch it up. He's trying to find a way if he could even cheat that move. He wanted to see if he could plant his foot first or do something different because he's just not confident right now.
Yeah.
He's not trusting his shoes, not sure what he's got on. Evade Solutions, yep. He's just not trusting them. This time he just didn't even get up and get the foot out in front of him.
You can see it already when he is launching for the move. How many times he is moving his foot back and forth.
Yeah, he's
just feeling and not feeling it.
Yeah, the rubber's just not biting for him. Not sure if he's kept his shoes clean, if the holds are getting grimy, or if, and it sounds funny, if he's just not putting enough weight on them. You've got to really stand hard, even on bad footholds, to get that contact on.
Yeah, definitely.
Which can feel rough on a slopey volume like this.
Yeah.
You're scared that if you push hard, your foot's going to blow and you're just going to take your shin off. But you've got to have that leverage to make the rubber work. Come on, Evgeny.
Five, four, three.
No, I would not give that to him. I'm not sure if he's back on or not. We're watching a replay right now, but no, he's not on the boulder. I don't think he would have got that. That could be a contentious one. So the rule at the top of a boulder, for anyone that's wondering, is the climbers need to have control. So it's not about a timer, it's not a count. It's not like you go 1, 2, 3, okay, they held it. It's they have to have control. They have to, their body has to not be moving away from the wall. Their hands have to not be sliding down the hole. Their feet have to not be sliding off. They have to be in a controlled position. And to me then, Evgeny was never in control.
No. If he got the top, they will definitely get an appeal.
Yes. Oh, false start. False start. He's going to get called.
Was his toe behind the wall instead of the holder?
I think so, yeah. I think he didn't have his foot on the hold. Stupid little pedantics, but they know the rules. That's what they got to do. In the background, Chloe climbing. This is so important for her. She needs to be just optimizing her attempts right now. She needs to fight really hard. Equal first place. She's got the strength to...
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, she's got the strength to be strong, as I was saying. Yeah. So now just the mantle.
And back in slow and controlled.
Come on, Chloe. Just grab the damn top hold. One day this is going to bite you. It's a lucky hold right there. It's going home happy tonight. So that was a flash. That kept her right in the ballpark there. Really important.
And Arthur is gonna do it as well. Or repeat Evgeny.
What's he in there? He's on in Osuns? Yeah. But he's... what's he doing? He's being French.
The left foot is on the no-tex.
Yeah, this is... And you can just see... On that foot, you can just see the scum of rubber that he's just left behind.
1 millimeter.
That was...
And the hold goes
That was... just the feeling when that happens.
I think these slopey volumes, they need so much commitment and trust in the feet. And if you don't trust them, if you're a bit scared, then it makes it even harder and you will definitely slip off.
Yep. And I was wrong about Helena Wolf as well. Earlier I said I thought this was her first major final, but she did make Quiff. Sorry, dying here. She did make Quiff final last year, so my bad. I was there, I was watching. I should have picked that. They need what the... I was perplexing because they showed Alexi when I knew Arthur was still on the wall, but Alexi's just in the back preparing. He's got those laser eyes ready.
Back in comp mode.
Big shout out to all the people watching us around the globe, getting a bunch of messages in. Love having you guys watching. Sorry if my voice isn't so clear. I pretty much have picked up the plague and just struggling to still talk. So Nikki Van Bergen is slowly trying to slide away from me in the other chair because she realizes she's doomed.
That's it.
Oh.
Still got 14 seconds to go.
It's fascinating to see these guys after how easy Mickey made this look.
Yeah, and then if you imagine that Mickey didn't climb the first boulder,
Yeah,
almost all of them did.
yeah. And then he comes out to this.
The second boulder, sorry.
Yep, yeah. Then he comes out to this and it's just like, hey, time for a cakewalk. Boom.
It's 10 seconds. We will count down.
I think Mickey has got quite flexible ankles, which makes it a bit easier to stay on these sloping volumes.
Yeah, he can really drop his heels.
Yeah. Oh, this is smart with the left heel. Okay, finish it now.
Nothing on the clock. Do or die. Oh.
Oy, 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 oy.
That was Arthur Ternant from France. Give it up.
Oh. Well, this is making it a competition because of the 3 people that had done the first 2 boulders, 2 of them now haven't done the third.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty interesting.
Remy from France messaging me, complimenting the route setting. Yes, the guys have done ridiculously good job. Super impressed by these finals problems.
Yeah.
Great show for the crowd. Great test for the climbers. It's a balance of skills. They're not just one trick ponies. They're really working hard, doing a bunch of different things.
Yeah, they had a really experienced team here, setting for 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
By the end, they were totally destroyed, but the result is amazing.
So this is interesting here because you got Alexi who failed so close to the top last time out, and then you got Petra who needs to top on her flash to keep up with Chloe. Oh, Petra drops an attempt. Alexi wants to stand on dual techs. Not his brightest moment. Come on, buddy.
Wow, this flexibility.
Yeah, but then this.
Wow.
Oh. I think then his left foot just blows, doesn't it? He tries to adjust it. And those are the scary falls. When you're falling face first and you see a volume pointing out of a wall.
That's not a good idea.
It's not a good sensation at all. These guys, yeah, that's one of the least pleasant experiences in comp climbing for sure.
Okay, let's see what Petra does in this adventure boulder.
Yeah, really surprised she didn't get the flash. Puts her one attempt now behind Chloe, and she's going feet first.
Ah,
She's
she
doing the
read
Helena
it
Wolf.
with Elena.
Now she's kind of realizing she's trying to get herself back around. Ooh, oh. When she got that, her arm was so straight, she had no shoulder engagement.
Yeah.
Her left arm was out, her left shoulder was at full extension. She couldn't reel it back in.
But now she knows how to do the boulders.
But now she knows how to do it. She won't be turning herself around anymore. Dropped a couple of attempts, so that's going to start playing on her mind a little bit, I feel. Alexi's going to get angry with this in his happy Russian way.
Nice. Cool.
Back in the game. He'll be frustrated he dropped that first attempt, but coming into the season, this is just what these guys need. They need some tough problems, some problems they can't all flash, but some problems they can make progress on.
Yeah.
Oh. Petra's skin might be starting to say goodbye. She's looking for the chalk. She's looking at her skin. She was bleeding last night, and she did have to tape up her tip. She was worried she wasn't going to recover enough skin for today. And on this one, when you're holding big volumes like this and your skin's just dragging on them, depending on the texture, that can be really...
Yeah.
Like, I'm not familiar with these volumes. You've been on these volumes?
Last year they were new because the owners of the gym, they made them themselves.
Yeah.
And by then it was terrible. I think all the competitors had bleeding fingertips after semifinals already. Yeah. Now they have been used on the wall for a year, so it's a little bit better, but still the texture is pretty tough.
Come on.
Okay, come on.
Just gas. She knows she's got time for one more. Petra was actually at the competition with the worst texture ever in a World Cup, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Did you do many Boulder World Cups?
Not a lot, no.
Not a lot. Did you go to Toronto in 2015?
No, I didn't.
After this attempt, we're going to tell you that story. Come on, Petra.
Wow, look at her face.
Oh, come on, she's fighting. She knows she's got it now.
Come on, Petra, come on.
Come on.
That's amazing. Come on, Petra. Petra, you got this. Come on.
Yeah, superb, Petra.
That's why we got the 4+.
That's why we got the 4+. These moments, they're just so special. And she wouldn't have got that under the IFSC rules, but here the whole crowd was waiting with bated breath. Last two climbers out. Nimrod, Fanny, this is going to be important. But yeah, going back to Toronto, 2015 or 2016, they had a World Cup in a hockey rink, and they needed to texture the wall, but apparently sand was a bit expensive, so they used ground glass.
Oy, oy, oy.
And the wall was so coarse that they actually hit it with a sander before they started using it. But it was still so rough that if you dry fired off something, you would slice your fingers open. And Kokoro Fuji competed in finals with 4 stitches because he had dry fired in singles, in semis, and cut 2 of his fingers open. So, yeah.
That's not pretty.
That was like the ultimate course hold moment in climbing. Come on, Fanny. This one could suit Fanny. She's a technician. You just look at that foot position, getting the heel up high.
Yeah, and she can just move her body in so many weird angles.
Yeah. And next to her, it's not going to be all flashes. Come on, Fanny. Easy done. This was Fanny in her element.
Easy peasy.
Crowd pumped up, crowd psyched. Now we're going to come back. We got Nimrod. Nimrod knows he's got to get this done. A lot riding on this. Got a message from Oren Colley, one of the World Cup guys that was in Toronto. Said it was super painful and he's never bled so much. So, yep.
Ouch.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, he's committing for the no-tex.
That right foot was on the slippy part of the duotexture.
That's just, so grim.
The setters will be super satisfied with this boulder.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
I think the setters will be
in a little corner now.
Setters will be satisfied with this whole round. It's worked really well so far. Everything's been done, but there's been multiple attempts. Split the field. Once Nimrod finishes this, we're going to have another look at the scores, which is going to show us where they are going into the last boulder, so that you'll know what they need to do.
Guys, but I am warm here watching these climbers climb. And if you're not warm, you know you're not clapping hard enough. Come on, give it up for Nimrod.
And Nimrod's on the wall again.
Yep. I love moves like that. So explosive and coordinated.
Yeah.
Oh. You get these crybabies that say that climbing's a bit parkour nowadays and that, you know, it's not real climbing and they wouldn't do that on rock. And it's like, well, yeah, but you couldn't do it anyway, so shut up. Your opinion's not really valid. These guys are all incredible on rock. And it's because they train on things like this. They just have such a repertoire.
Yeah.
When you're a training competition climber, you have to be good at everything. And then when you go to rock, you've just got this balanced skill set.
Yeah.
You know, some it's really hard to translate, but others, just lap it up.
Yeah, and I think the competitions nowadays are just a good mixture of different styles that actually bring out the best all-round climber.
Yeah. And this has it. This has coordination moves, power moves, balance. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
We have 15 seconds.
It's going away from him here. He needs this. He needs to get back on. The moment he's slipped a little bit back in the rankings. I think he's behind Evgeny and Arta.
5, 4. All right, Nimrod. Let's make it count.
Oh, no dice. So gets the zone. No top.
What a show.
Okay, women's field. Let's have a look at this. Zoe has topped all of them in 4 attempts. Petra's topped all of them in 8 attempts. Fanny's topped all of them in 13 attempts. That's where your podium's going to be with one problem left to go. No one can catch them. In the lower rankings, Lynn and Helene fighting over 4th. And Nika will finish 5th, I imagine. 6th, I imagine. Let's have a quick look at the guys before we flip to the climbers if we can. Nope, we're on to the climbers. There we go. Evgeny's is all in 2 tops and 3, just ahead of Nimrod, Arthur, Alexei, all on 2 tops and 3 on different climbs. All the way down to 5th, 2 tops and 3. Right, let's come back to the climbing here.
So the setters said that this last men's boulder would be like a super powerful problem.
So I'm not going to make any friends.
Just because they haven't tried hard enough over the last few days yet.
Yeah. And the women's looks really technical on the other hand. Let's go away from the crowd and see what's happening here, because Mika got it all to play for here.
Mika's got a title.
Yeah, he's going to hit the top. He should get this. Come on, buddy. He's going to do some stupid toe hook. Yeah.
Oops.
That's what we like to see. Health and safety be damned.
Showmanship from Mika Mawin.
That's big for him. That keeps him in the mix. It means that the next guys have to do the boulder now.
Yeah.
That is how you end the boulder.
Oh. Lynn's a bit spanned out and a little bit confused here. You can see she just doesn't want to make this transition outright.
Yeah, and these little holds that she's holding onto, they are Dultex, so it's like a big part, super slippery, no texture, and only a small pump catch that you can hold onto.
And it looks like that foot is also pretty terrible from very slopey.
Awesome holds from our sponsor Morpho.
We're just going to stay with her here.
Kom op, Lynn.
You can see her bolt holding it there.
Nice one.
Oh, sorry. Should say screw hole, not bolt hole, my bad. Coming across.
Kom op, Lynn.
This looks like a tricky move to go up into the zone. Really got to punch up.
Yeah, but the lower side of the zone is quite good, so
Okay.
you have to catch it high.
And this foot is quite positive.
What a
Right hand just blew off right at the extension of the swing there as she turned. Just watch the right hand. She's coming, trying to adjust it. Boom. Gone.
Okay, for those.
Maybe that adjustment cost her in the middle of the move. Maybe if she'd kept it settled, she would have been able to rotate.
It looked like she had already held the hardest part of the swing.
Yeah, she was really at the end. But sometimes that last extension, because your muscles are like at the limit of their range, and you just got 1 minute of the competition left to go. 1 minute of climbing left.
Come on, Lynn, last bit of energy.
Yeah, she's a huge fan of that screw hole. Just gets her across. Oh.
I talked to her before the competition started, and she was a little bit nervous because her skin was shitty, and she was afraid that she wouldn't be able to do anything in these boulders.
I think she's done really well. I think she should be really proud of herself. It's always a battle with skin at this level, especially when you're in a crowded room. I'm sure it's hot down there. I'm sure it's hotter than in the commentary booth, and they'll be sweating. They're under direct lights as well. The spotlights do heat up the holds.
Yeah.
Great thing about this comp is they only light the holds for when they're in the problem, so they don't just sit there baking.
Yep. Wow.
And that's it for Lynn van der Meer. No time left on the clock.
Very well done by her there.
Amazing. And we're welcoming back on the stage.
Just hear the crowd showing their appreciation there.
She can be really proud of herself.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent performance from her.
Come on, Billy.
Here we are at the business end. Nika's looking focused. She broke her arm badly a couple of years ago now. Lost almost a whole year of climbing.
Oh, yeah.
When you're only 16 now, if you've lost a year already, it's saying something. Okay, come on, Billy.
Ale, Billy, come on.
Oh. Cool.
He's just got to work out that first move. Again, that just showed Mika's skill in this style.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, I just do this. Okay, boom, done.
And he just keeps on wrestling until he finds the solution.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what Billy is trying here was kind of the intended beta by the setters. So
yeah,
they try to make like a heel catch in this tsunami hold.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what... Nika is just a little bit spanned out on this start. She's really slight, and she's like, okay. She can definitely get there if she gets both hands out left and gets her foot out to the right, but it's a really long way.
Come on, Billy, you can do this.
Come on.
Yeah, Billy blocked it that time.
Come on, Billy.
Straight into the shoulder for Billy. That was awesome to see. Now he's just got to set up. Only 2 moves to go.
And the big final jump.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys.
He just had a little sneaky look up. He's just seeing if it was in range because he knows he can go big. Watch this. I was going to say watch the left hand there. I thought that's what might have blown, but it was the right foot instead.
Extremely powerful moves.
Nika can do it if she has a bit more...
Tension.
A bit more tension and a bit more speed, maybe.
Yeah. I'm sure she can do it, but right about now she's a little bit disconsolate. She's probably frustrated.
Yeah.
This is where you come out and you're like, this isn't fair. I'm at a disadvantage. And the short answer is she can do it. And after the round, if she came and tried it, she'd probably do it first time. But if it gets in her head and she gets frustrated, it's not going to work.
Nice one.
Davai.
Come on, Nika, come on.
Please encourage her. Davai, Nika, davai.
She's got time.
Yeah, she's got plenty of time. Billy is down. He's obviously liquid chalked and he's sitting down on the mats, shaking his hands to dry them. Liquid chalk is great because it actually forces you to stop climbing when you put it on.
Yeah.
If you're really anxious and you start to run into a position where you might try a climb too many times, liquid chalk, because then you got to sit there for 30 or 40 seconds shaking your hands before it's climbable. It's a good tactic.
Definitely for a powerful boulder like this.
Definitely for a powerful boulder like this.
To start, just give everything.
He's looking at the clock. It's curious to see when he'll go here. He knows the high moves up, hard moves up high, but there's a tricky move down low as well. So I think if I was him,
Needs everyone.
15, 20 seconds, because then if he falls off that hold, he's got one more go.
Come on, you guys. Give it up for Nika and Billy.
Come on, Billy.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, there he goes.
8.
Come on, buddy, get it done.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Come on, Billy.
Come on,
really high foot position there. Come on.
Nice one.
Amazing.
That was important for Billy. That's going to keep him in the running. I think the wind slipped away from him. He's definitely behind Mika at least, but that's going to be a really good finish for him getting through that. And it puts the pressure on the other guys. He's moved into the free top category, so now these guys have got to get it done as well.
Yevgeny was already facing the wall.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He'll just say that he doesn't speak English and...
Yeah. Oh, I'm Russian.
I am Russian. I do not know. What do you say?
That's what we like to hear.
To be honest, I think it's neither here nor there. They've seen the problems at this stage.
Nice,
Alina, straight on the woman. She's a little bit taller. She's looking for that optimal position. Fascinating that she climbs in Mad Rock drifters, which is basically a beginner's shoe.
Yeah.
But she finds the shape of them really good for comps because they're really good on volumes and things like that. It goes against sort of traditional logic, but it just works.
Yeah, I think the really like toe down shoes are quite shitty to stand on the volumes.
Yeah, a lot of them are marketing hype. A lot of them are too. They're either so soft that once you stand on something, they're not toe down anymore, or they're so toe down that in real world they don't work.
Yeah.
Oh, what's Evgeny doing? He's a little bit confused here. He wants to do something spectacular. We didn't have this angle earlier. I wasn't sure if Billy went all the way out for this one.
I don't know either. But it seems like the hole on the left is not choked up at all, so it must...
But it does look reasonably positive if he gets out there.
Ah, cool beta.
All right, let's go back to Evgeny. Come on, buddy. Jump. Come on. Be big. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on. Oh. Heartbreak of it. You just saw he got into like a cramped position. He had no bounce. He had no explosion.
Yeah.
And he kind of got himself trapped there, and he knew that it was going to be a hard jump. Probably could have done it, but
he looks
like he's done 10 rounds.
Yeah.
He looks like he's been in the boxing ring.
He will take the rest of the time to recover, I think. Nice one from Elena.
Oh, just when we talk up our shoes and they slip. We don't mention that. Getting some comments in about the 4+ rule and how enjoyable it is. Look, you're preaching to the choir. I think we all agree with that, but we understand why they can't have it at IFSC comps now with television rules.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad that we've lost them. Maybe in the future we can go back, but for now we are definitely stuck with 4 flat. I also love having 2 climbers on at once. I love having a guy and a girl climbing at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
There's always something to watch when they're shooting like this, when they've put the holds in the right place, that you two have 2 lines next to each other. You're getting all the action. You've always got replays, you got close-ups. But it doesn't take an eon.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it as well. It's just a bit more action.
Yeah. Davai, davai. I should have also probably shouted Getchung, because then Helena might not have fallen off.
Oh, good save.
Each their own beta, whatever.
It's interesting, he's found his own way and it's just making it work.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Davai, davai.
Oh. Some nice drama.
There is nothing left in the tank. And Evgeny's is all in. Found himself a lot of new fans tonight. Anyone looking to follow him on Instagram, he's on there. Evgeny Zazulin. I think all of these guys are on there. Well worth a follow, just to see the up-and-coming World Cup climbers and some of the very experienced climbers in action. Okay, this is the competition right here. On the left-hand side of your screen, Chloe Coulier. If she flashes this, she wins. I think she even has like 3 or 4 attempts and she wins. But if she does not top the boulder, she leaves an opening for Petra and Fanny. Arthur Terno, if he flashes again, will be in a good position to win. Or at least a podium finish, so a lot to play for on this boulder. You see Chloe really taking her time to look at the start.
Yeah, she doesn't want to screw up any attempts.
Arthur's just... Oh, just wrestling it.
Yeah, that's definitely the good term.
Yeah, it's all about compression. Oh, I don't know if Chloe's spent an attempt. We were focused on Arthur then. I think she may have just by the time. So we have it that she has had 1 attempt, so it's just taking her a little bit to get into this boulder.
Come on, give her some love, Chloe Collier.
She is a little bit on the smaller side, Chloe. A little bundle of muscle, but oh, tension.
Chloe's here to prove us that no style is hard enough.
Okay, Arthur Terno,
She can do it.
obviously in some pain there. He's taken off the shoe, flexing out his calf, maybe a bit of cramp. Really standing hard on those shitty footers.
Stay warm.
Yeah, and he was pulling like hell on that left heel.
Yeah. All right. Come on, guys. Allez, Chloe. Chloe can be really good at these sneaky slabs, but sometimes they just aren't her jam. Really hoping that she can be her sneakiest here. That little dual tech that she's matching is just... Allez, Chloe, allez. Come on, fire. No. Oh, needed to drive. Come on, Chloe. On the edge of our seats here in the commentary booth. There's so much to play for.
At one moment she was trying to crimp the wall. So for this competition they actually made a slab here, because normally this is a big overhang. So that piece of wall they are climbing there, it's normally not there.
Ah, okay.
So there are some...
There's a bit of an edge maybe?
Yeah.
Well, if she's got the cunning and she can find it. Allez, Chloe, come on.
Oh, solid.
Still really poor feet right now. She's looking so composed. I just get scared when she slows it down this much. Sometimes I'm like, you know, don't get cocky, don't do anything, just climb. Come on. It's a nasty sloper.
Oy.
Yeah. I think she hadn't quite read that top move. I think maybe she did need the right toe. Do you think she could use a right toe as a hook and then roll over with her right hand?
Yeah, or a hook on the right side, at least something.
Or a heel hook, yeah, something just to, because that hold on this angle looks terrible.
Yeah, you're not gonna hold it like that. Or at least I wouldn't, but they are
she's
so
only
strong,
got,
so.
Well, they both only have 5 seconds on the clock. They are on the wall, all or nothing. Arthur Terno is gone.
Defeated.
Been a pleasure watching him, but not this comp of a strong Frenchman. Chloe Coulier, come on. She's done this move now. She knows the sequence.
Taking her time.
Taking her time. Come on. Oh, shoulder engagement. You just see a push into that. Just kills the swing straight away. So much riding on this top. I'm wondering if she should get her left foot across onto one of these. Yep. and then get her right foot.
It is not. Allez, Chloe. Chloe.
Looked like skin just said no in the end. Looked like there was nothing left.
She fell off and then looked at the skin.
Yeah. Yeah, she was dragging on that last attempt. Dragging is when your hand is just...
Yeah.
Even though you're on the hold, your hand's slowly just peeling down.
This might be a good one for Fanny though.
This could be a very good one for Fanny and for Petra. I think these strong ladies are definitely in the running.
I think for that last move you need a lot of hip flexibility.
Oh.
Allez, Petra.
Allez, Petra.
I can see Petra just powering this though.
Yeah.
Alexei, davai, davai.
I gotta say, I can see this being Petra's jam. Likewise, Alexei on the guy's side.
Come on, you guys, give it up for these.
Although he doesn't seem too interested in using his feet.
Yes. What a power move.
Oh, come on. Davai, Alexei.
Davai, davai, Alexei.
Petra for the win right here. Petra has, I think, 3 or 4 attempts if she gets to the top. In 3 or 4 attempts, there's nothing that Fanny can do to beat her. If she doesn't get to the top, she will be...
Fanny has a big chance.
Fanny has a chance to beat her, but she will be behind Chloe. So Petra tops this, she beats Chloe. Petra tops this in less than 4 attempts, I think she wins the competition.
Yeah. Let's see what she does.
Exactly. Lynn Vandermeer watching with some of her teammates.
Grabbing the little screws in the wall.
Oh. Agniati from Lithuania was there on the right. She's watching. She should have been competing this weekend. Tore her MCL a few weeks ago in training.
Oy.
She'll be gutted not to be here, but the good news is she's been told she'll be back in about 6 weeks.
Yeah, MCL is much better than ACL.
Yeah, or PCL, believe me. I've done them both. Alrighty. Allez, Petra, come on. Come on. Oh, almost saved it. It's incredible with all that experience. The foot pops and straight away they're trying to save it. Whereas we'd be looking at our foot and going, we're in trouble. This is going south quickly. She's just straight in. Come on, Petra. A minute and a half to go. Plus, of course, she does have attempts after the 4 minutes is up if she's already on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, and she looks really comfortable here.
Yes. Come on, Alexei.
Allez, Alexei, allez.
Come on. No, she's...
It was quite clever how Lynn used the squirrels on that white yellow hole, huh?
Yeah, really clever. And I think right now you're just seeing that lack of skin from the females there, that they are just... That left hold, or the one she has a right hand with now, is just pretty shoddy.
Yeah.
It's that sort of Dual-Tex PU that feels really burny on your skin.
Yeah.
You know what's coming.
You can tell she's not comfortable is the main thing. She still hasn't found, there, she's found the crease in the wall. This is what we talked about.
We have techno in the house, guys.
Earlier. 20 seconds to go for both these athletes. If they don't see a top, that's all she wrote.
Davai. Davai, Alexei.
Davai, davai.
Last attempt for both of them. Alexei fighting hard.
Come on, you got this. Keep it together, Alexei.
Funny as Alexei fights and falls, Petra's just balancing on the other side.
Yeah.
He's like 100% engagement. She's like 100% awareness. Just pushing just hard enough. If she pushes too hard, she's going to blow herself off the wall. That's it. Chloe is at worst second place. Petra is at worst second place as well, of course. Fanny can take it all.
Please welcome Fanny Gilbert.
Let's see if we can just quickly get the scores up one last time going into the last problem. Not sure if it's possible, but we can just have them for a few seconds each. It'd be awesome. No guarantees.
Let's enjoy the show.
Okay, doesn't look like we can, but we're going to try and keep our eye on what's happening here.
Allez, Fanny.
I'll say it's loud out there. The music is thumping.
Yeah.
Someone thinks they're in the disco.
Super nice though.
Maybe the Dutch like to party.
They definitely do, yeah.
Come on, Fanny. This is Fanny. Just,
wow, look how...
oh,
I jinxed it.
you did, you did. I'm putting that one all on you. On the other side, Nimrod, looking good. Mika, he knows it's all to play from. I don't know where they are at attempts here. Sorry, I wanted to bring up the scores, but wasn't able to right now. The app's running slow for me.
Fanny being pulled out because of a false start.
False start for Fanny. That's going to cost her in attempts, but attempts don't matter for Fanny now.
No,
it's
she
all
just
or nothing.
Top this boulder.
She's had a gazillion attempts.
Come on, Fanny. She's ready.
Allez, Fanny.
Come on, guys, give Fanny some love.
Yes. The last two climbers of today.
Russia's working hard, climbing athletes need good holds.
Come on, Fanny.
As we watch this last problem, let's give a shout out to all our viewers all around the world that are watching us here. We've got some really good numbers coming in, and I know more people are going to watch this comp over the coming days. It's been a big weekend for comps. We've also had the Japan Cup, have US Youth Champs this weekend as well, but this is the big one. Great international field. As we said, we got Olympians, we got world champions. And right here, we got a fight to the death. Well, not literally, figuratively, on the last problem.
Come on, Nimrod.
Hello, Fanny.
Oh, easy going for Fanny.
Yeah, this right here. Wow, that finish hold is nasty. I thought she read the beta perfectly to do that.
I think she did, yes.
I think she did. I think she did indeed. Both of them on the deck, both of them looking at just over a minute to go. Mikhail Marwim looking on. I believe he's in either first or second at the moment, not sure right now.
Nimrod, come on.
Come on, you guys, we need some support from you.
Let's see what Nimrod does on the wet boulder.
Looking, I was going to say he's looking good, but he was like a little bit low in it.
Yeah.
Just needed to come up a little bit.
Fanny on another good attempt.
Fanny, another good attempt. This is the attempt for Fanny. This is do or die, all or nothing, etc., etc., all the superlatives. She just has to pull down. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
She's wearing the Scarpa Drago, really soft shoe. Oh.
I bet she has
she
got
can get back on. She's got 10 seconds. Let's see if she's getting back on here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's cut to the climbers and see if she's on the wall. They're both on the wall.
She is.
That's all she wrote for Nimrod. His day was yesterday, but still a fantastic effort. Fanny, this attempt for the win. If she doesn't top on this attempt, she slips all the way down to third, I believe.
She's got this. Come on, Fanny. We believe in you.
So, no pressure, really.
No, not at all.
And this is the last climbing of the day. This is the very last attempt of the competition.
Maybe she is back down in second otherwise, because she got the bonus hold in this, or the zone
True.
in this attempt.
True, true. We're just going to be quiet and stay with the climbing now.
Fanny, come on, Fanny.
She needs your support. Give it up for Fanny. Just one more hold.
She's on the edge. Come on. Wishes she had taken a chalk bag, I think.
Allez, Fanny.
Devastation. That is it for the climbing. I'm going to head downstairs. I'm going to try and catch some of the climbers. I'm going to just quickly leave you for a couple of minutes with Nikki, who's just going to talk through until I get downstairs and find myself some climbers.
And that was
So we're done with the finals. It was a really good round.
That was the finals of Dockmasters 2020.
We're waiting for the results.
We will be back.
We're waiting for the results at the moment.
Some sponsors we want to
Down the stairs now. Going to try and catch these climbers. As I said, I actually at the moment do not know who finished where. So here is my cameraman. Let's go. Let's try and find Chloe Coulier. Chloe, did you win? Well done. Congratulations to Chloe Coulier, winner of the ladies here. 3 tops and 4 attempts, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
How's it feel?
Crazy, because the last boulder was the funny styles, so I was stressed until the end, and finally I won, so it's very cool.
It was a crazy fight watching Fanny at the end and knowing how much was on
good
line
fight,
for you.
good fight from
Must
Fanny.
have been so exciting. Congratulations once again. So psyched for you. That was like, I won't lie, we were cheering a wee bit in the booth, but when you went up and slapped really hard on that last attempt, on the last problem, and that hold looked terrible, I was like,
And with the skin, because you do some very bad moves on sharpie holds, then your skin is wet, so for the last move it's very hard.
Nice, well, I'm psyched for you. This is such a good win, such a nice way to start the season.
Thank you.
You might even have to buy me a drink tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
See you later.
And some manger.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to cut across, try and find the men's winner now, Yevgeny Zazulin. I have no idea where he is. I'm going to look around. Give me 1 second. Okay, where is Yevgeny, do you know? Okay, we are going to try and find our men's winner, who, being Russian, is probably already drinking. So, just having a look here. Do you know where Evgeny is?
They drink beer.
They drink beer?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he win?
Huh?
Did he win, or did you win, or who won?
He won.
He won? Good. I go find him. All right, just going to try and find Yevgeny Zazulin. Do you know where he is?
No, by the stairs.
By the stairs. Okay. Sorry, everyone. This is where we bash through the crowd. Trying to find our winner. Got to be a little bit pushy trying to find our climbers here. Maybe he needed the bathroom, I'm not sure. Petra, have you seen Evgeny? Zazulin? Nope. Okay, we may have a missing winner here. He's Russian, so he's probably already drunk. So we're just going to come through. We'll circle back to the front. If we don't see him, we're going to close it off there, but I'm hoping we do find him. I'm imagining this can sometimes happen. It could have been the call of nature, might have dragged him away at the last minute. You seen Yevgeny? Yevgeny, you seen him? Sorry people, just gotta... Okay, so this is our last ditch attempt to find a winner. Has anyone seen Evgeny?
Evgeny!
Yeah, the guy that won. Okay, we're just bashing through. Okay. So, where is Yevgeny Zazulin? Sorry if we have a wee panic and try and find him, but you know, he's a very inconsiderate man. So, we're going to find Yevgeny and then we're going to close things out here. This is his most important win, I feel, in his career, but we have to see where he is. I got the feeling he's got a bottle of vodka hidden somewhere, but we will see where he is. Well, we're there. We're going to talk to second place man, Billy Rydell. Second place.
Yeah, where did that come from?
You tell me.
I thought I was just sort of keeping up for the whole round.
And Oren said you couldn't do anything on a woody and you were a bit shit.
That's very true. I'd like that. Every word of that is true. I was certain I wouldn't do the crimpy boulder. No idea where that came from.
Well, you faked it well. I was impressed. So.
Faked it till I make it.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty close. Second place. I think your biggest result in an international comp?
I would say so. Yeah, I'm like over the moon about that. Crazy.
Excellent. Well, I'm psyched for you. It was great to watch. So tight in the men's. It was like down to the last second. Now I'm going to hand it over to this big half-naked man, Yevgeny Zazulin.
Yes, it's me.
I know it's you. You are quite naked, but it's still you.
Just a moment. So
just a moment. You have to represent your sponsors instead of your abs.
My sponsors?
Yeah, your sponsors. I am impressed by them.
You saw my sponsors?
Yeah, so.
See it? Yes.
You have done well. Maybe you should get some sponsors because you just won Dockmaster.
My sponsors is my job.
Sponsors is your job.
Yes.
What do you do?
It's a building crop worker.
You're an industrial access worker.
Yes, industrial, yeah.
Okay. So this isn't a bad hobby on the side.
Climbing is hobby, yeah. Like
you are quite good at your hobby. How does it feel to win?
I'm so happy. Seriously.
Yeah, you look quite happy.
So hard.
Yeah.
Really hard. I so tired before finals and my skin was die.
Yeah, but you got it done.
Yes, but I did it. Last boulder was so hard for me.
Well, I'm psyched.
I was so pumped.
Yeah, and you pulled it out.
You saw my last move.
Yeah, it was a fight. I'm psyched for you. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, that's it from us. We're going to sign out now. A huge thanks to Nikki Van Bergen up in the booth for all the work she's done alongside me tonight. It's been a pleasure hosting Dockmasters 2020 for you. You can hear the rain coming down now. Maybe you can't, but I definitely can. You can hear the music. About to have the podiums, but myself and Nikki are going to fold out, leave you guys to it. If you enjoyed the comp, please send us a message on YouTube, anything like that. Let us know what you thought. Thank you again. Good night.
We have a little goodie for you guys. So please, if you were a finalist, get ready.
It all comes down to zones?
Yeah. I don't know how it counts. It depends on the old ranking or new ranking.
I think new, but I'm not sure.
Then it's like top
zones. Okay, so. Oh well, we'll see. Well done though, isn't it?
So are you guys ready? We need the climbers as well. And we're starting with the women's finalist of today, Dockmasters 2020. It was a great show yesterday and today. And on number 6 of the finals, Dockmasters, please give it up, Lynn van der Meer. And on the 5th place, Nika Potapova.
Nika Potapova, you can come to the stage.
Please come to the stage, Nika Potapova from Ukraine. On the 4th place from Germany, Helene Wolf. Please give her a warm round of applause.
Spicy last minute changes. Okay.
Okay, I had the wrong score. Now I have the right score here. On number 6, it was Nika Potapova. On number 5, Lynn van der Meer. On number 4, Helene Wolf. And on number 3, please give it up, Petra Klingler. Congratulations.
Great job, Petra.
Dockmasters here.
This one's for you. Yeah.
On number 2, who won the silver tonight, from France, Fanny Gibert. Congratulations.
There you go, Fanny.
Please give it up, Fanny Gibert. And on number 1, Dockmasters 2020, it's from Belgium, Chloe Collier.
Service is what counts. Belgian beer for the winner. I don't know if you have enough hands.
May I have a warm round of applause. The finalist, Dockmasters 2020.
You don't need to chug it, but you know, showmanship.
Cheers. Yes.
She's Belgian and she shows it.
And now on to the men's.
Oh yeah. Deze zijn for the men's, we have in 6th place, Alexei Rubstov. You can come, we have something for you. And in 5th place, welcome Arthur Ternant. Bravo Arthur. And in 4th place, Nimrod Marcus. Great job, Nimrod. And
And in third place, welcome to the finalist stage, Michael Mawem. Once a dockmaster, always a dockmaster. And in second place, welcome to the stage, Billy Rydell. And last, but definitely not least, welcome to the stage, the winner of the men's category, Evgeny Zazulin. With cramps. Good climbing session.
Ladies and gents, please give it up.
For our finalists.
For our finalists, Dockmasters 2020. Давай, давай, давай! Yes!
Welcome back, all the finalists to the stage, please. Ladies, join the stage.
The ladies.
Petra.
Lady climbers, please join the stage.
You can join the stage one more time. We have our last detail. Please, you can stand on the stage next to the men. Amazing. I'm missing one more funny.
All right, time for some celebration. Some champagne.
Can we wait?
Shower. You need to shake it. Shake it, yes.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake, 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 shake.
Yes. Ladies and gents, please give it up one more time.
Fanny Gibert, welcome back to the stage. Yes!
Yes!
One more time for our finalists. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for competing, guys. We couldn't have done this without you. You were awesome.
Thank you, guys.
And
enjoy the night, and we have a party now. So get your drinks at the bar, relax, dance, and have a good evening. Thank you all, and have a nice evening.
See you next year at Dockmasters 2021. We are MC Yael and Chong, and we hope you had a lovely night.
MC out.